Speedy tonight. That is Hudson Nagy, followed by the 07 of Nick Ramsey, the 00 Jake Hawks, the 1 of Trevor Culver, the 83 of Brody Rickwood, the 93 is Carson Nagy, 28 Ryan Dyson, 14 Cody Wilds, the 5 is Menzie, then you've got the 8 of Randy Kleikendall, and then the 4 of Brendan Egger.
White flag in the air, last lap under pace speed here, so the lights are off the Delaware Speedway pace car. It'll dip off the track out of turn 3, and then we will get to green flag racing here, feature racing at Delaware Speedway on this Friday night. Thank you all for tuning in on Rogers TV, and thanks to all our volunteers and staff that put this production on and make this production happen week in and week out. Pace car off the track. Cars out of 4 looking to the flag stand. Double green flags in the air. We're racing here at Delaware Speedway. Darrell Lake absolutely shoots out of a rocket on that start, and he will take the lead out of 2 down the back, followed by the 57 of Ethan Orr. And then it is Connor Van Steensel in 3rd, but he is in a battle with Mike Herniak Jr. as they go side by side.
Hudson Nagy will look to the inside. Hudson Nagy wants to go, so does Nick Ramsey. The 1 of Culver's there as well. So those guys from that second heat race definitely trying to get through. They're 3 wide coming out of turn 2. Jay Cox to the inside, 71 of Van Steensel, the 15 of Herniak Jr., the 83 of Rickwood's in there. Culver's back in there. Dyson's on the bottom. Then Carson Nagy's following that up.
My goodness, that was...
71 of Van Steensel goes around.
And that'll bring out the caution flag there. And with that, we saw it starting down the back into 3 and out of 4. That cluster of cars. Here we go. We got a replay. Kate, take us through it.
So you're going to watch the blue car on the outside. And it looks like he goes off the nose of the 1 of Trevor Culver going into, going into turn 1, halfway through the apex of the corner. Around goes the 71 of Van Steensel. I do not know how Chris Soares and Kyle Friel call it that fast. I tried. I don't know if I even made sense. I said so many names so fast.
We have another angle of it, Kate. Let's take it through here.
Oh yeah, right off the nose of the 1 of Culver, just checks up right into the rear end. Around goes Van Steensel. Tough luck on the 71. And it looks like the 1 of Culver is being ushered to the back as well, down the back stretch right now. So the 1 of Culver goes to the back of the pack. He's got some work to do now to get back up there. There you see the 1 of Trevor Culver incident vehicle with the 71 of Van Steensel.
Yeah,
everybody was bunched up there. They were 3 wide. They were 2, 3, 2. Like, I'm like, are we watching like a hockey?
A trap style race here.
I'm not sure what's happening. Am I at the right sport?
Yeah, right. That was absolutely pandemonium. And like I said, it started pretty much down the back into 3 and around to the front stretch. And like you mentioned, there was just a cluster of cars in the middle of that pack. And
everybody in the super stocks came to play. Everybody's running full tilt.
Yeah, full tilt, ready to go. And as we get still under caution here, Trevor Culver is going to have a long way to go to yeet his car back into victory lane this week. And we will, I believe, potentially get the white flag here. The yellow flag is out of the stand. The white flag is in the hand of the flagman here at Delaware Speedway. That's only 2 laps into
down
this.
There in the flag stand. And it looks like it's going to fly this time by, which means the order's good, and they're going to start to double up under these pace laps. I can't believe we've only run 2 laps.
that almost felt like it was the last 2 laps of the race, and everybody was gaining positions because they want those points, because the point battle is going to be intense. That's what it felt like in just the first 2 laps of this race. So
And
imagine the next 33.
Yeah, but we get to do it all over again because white flag's in the air, lights are off that pace car, and we're about to go green again.
That one's got a lot of work to do.
Let's go. They're doubled up the field here down the back under pace speed one final time. The pace car will drop off the track out of turn 3, and then the cars will come out of 4 looking to Adrian the flag stand for those green flags. And here we go. It'll be Darrell Lake taking...
Darrell Lake's got the inside. He did choose to go to the inside. Aiden was holding them there, but away they go. Darrell Lake has another great start.
Back to green flag racing. Darrell Lake able to now distance himself from the field. But it's the 36 of Hudson Nagy trying to keep him in his rear view. And everybody going to cluster up once again in the middle of the pack as they come out of 3 and into 4 down the front stretch. Darrell Lake having the lead. We're 3 laps into this 35-lap feature. Everybody now kind of starting to go single file.
Look who's in second, though. That was Hudson Nagy, but you see the 00 Jay Cox, 28 Ryan Dyson, Carson Nagy in there as well in the 93. But right now we got Lake, Hudson Nagy, and then we've got the 07 of Nick Ramsey. The 57 of Ethan Orr to the inside of Ramsey, and right behind that battle is the 83 of Rickwood. It looks like he's going to look to the inside, and hopefully to the inside of the 07 eventually here. Was unable to hop on the Ethan Orr train there. Out of the front of the field, it is Lake and Hudson Nagy.
That's right, as we see the top 2 battling it here out of 3 into 4. Nagy trying to go to the inside, but not able to do it, so he'll just end up single file. Trevor Culver making his charge from the back of the pack. He's now into the middle of the field as well. He's put himself up to 5th. Sorry, live timing is a little bit off here, but nonetheless, he is making his charge.
Live timing wasn't off. We just forgot to switch from qualifying
to feature race.
Well, on your phone.
There we go. But nonetheless, we still have Darrell Lake and Hudson Nagy battling it out for top spot. It's about half a car length lead. Nagy really wants to go on that inside out of 3 into 4, but not able to do so as Darrell Lake is playing some great defensive driving here, trying to keep himself in front of that 36.
And it looks like the 83 of Rickwood just slid into 3rd place, and he's going to hunt down those leaders. So the more that the 77 holds up Hudson Nagy, the more time that'll give for the 83 of Rickwood to catch up. But Lake's putting down some good lap times too, and he is keeping Nagy behind him. So good on Lake at the front of this field. Nagy's going to look to the inside here, though. Little bit of contact, and rolls out of it, and everybody stays straight.
That is exactly what I was mentioning before. The 36 of Hudson Nagy, as he's out of 3, he always tries to make that move on the inside, but Darrell Lake playing great defense and not allowing that to fully come to fruition. As we see here again, tries to go down low, but does not. And it's still Darrell Lake crossing the stripe. 24 laps to go, that time by.
The 5 of Chuck Menzie goes to the trailer just to maybe get some work done. It looks like the crew is taking a look at the front of that machine as well.
As we see the leaders, Darrell Lake and Hudson Nagy, 23 to go that time by the stripe.
And the update on Trevor Culver is he's up to 6th position, just ahead of that group that you see there of Jay Cox, Ryan Dyson, and Carson Nagy.
That's right, there was some contact between those 3 cars there. As we get split screen, top left the leaders, bottom right is about the middle of the pack of Cox, Dyson, and the other Nagy here on the track in the 93. As now the leaders are going to be coming up to some lap traffic here.
And here we got the replay of the contact there. So it looks like Dyson wants to roll off the corner a little bit faster faster than Cox was ready to. Checks up there with Carson Nagy to make a little bit of contact. There's those three running single file now.
That's right, as we see Darrell Lake have about a 2.5 car length lead over the 36 of Hudson Nagy. It's 20 to go that time by the stripe. Darrell Lake just trying to keep everybody else in his rear view mirror here.
The 71 of Connor Van Stietzel got real loose that time by again in the corner. That vehicle's been struggling ever since the turn in 1 and 2.
Trevor Culver now up into the top 5 as he is passing some lap traffic. He's on the inside of Nick Ramsey. He'll make a pass and he'll gain another spot. He is on a charge. Ethan Orr trying to follow him through but gets cut off. Yeah,
he definitely used Fleikendahl there a little bit to his advantage. Good job by Trevor Culver, sitting in the 4th position now. But it's a long way to those front 3. But Culver's already put some distance between himself and the 07 of Nick Ramsey. Oh, Orr makes contact there with Ramsey.
Right underneath the rear bumper there was Ethan Orr underneath the 07 of Ramsey. And again, he's going right underneath him. My goodness, Ethan Orr absolutely in some sort of way here, trying to get under the skin and under the car of Nick Ramsey here.
Yeah, he's trying a little bump and run, but Nick Ramsey's doing a great job keeping that car straight. Oh, lifts him up a little bit there, moves him up the track. But Jay Cox gets into the back of the 57 of Orr, allowing the outside lane of to Carson Nagy to be a little bit free there, just behind those two there. But the real battle's the 07 and the 57 of Orr. They're going to battle hard. Brody Rickwood's almost catching Hudson Nagy now. And Trevor Culver's on a charge. He's about cut the top 3's lead almost in half.
Yeah, Trevor Culver still on rails, making sure his momentum from previous weeks is still here. But even more contact, a little sideways, and a car around. Out of 2.
Carson Nagy's around out of 2. That's what Trevor Culver wanted to see. The front 3, not so much.
That's right, as a caution is brought out on the speedway, and it was all that contact between Ethan Orr and Nick Ramsey, and Carson Nagy ended up getting involved in that as well.
And I think we have some awesome replays that are about to come our way. Here they come. So here's the initial contact is between the 07 and the 57. 57 checks up. Carson Nagy tries to check up and goes around, but I think we have one more look at it here as well.
Yeah, that middle of the field there, we get a look at the 93 of Carson Nagy. The bumping and grinding between Nick Ramsey, Ethan Orr, and Carson Nagy in the middle of that field. It didn't look malicious in any point, but it's just hard racing around the track.
Yeah, so the bump and runs on that are trying to be had on Nick Ramsey. Unfortunately, Carson Nagy's just along for the ride when you're that 3rd car in, because you're still trying to run fast and run with the guy in front of you, but then you're trying to check up. Oh, and it looks like Jay Cox tried to check up too, but also Ryan Dyson's behind him, so that just looked like he was the sandwich man there and just got spun.
He was the meat of that sandwich in between Jay Cox and then ended up going around, but we got white flag on the speedway. Cars doubled up. We're going to get back to green flag racing. There is Carson Nagy. We get a look at his car on the screen. And now as the field goes down the back, lights are off the Delaware Speedway pace car. It'll drop off the track out of turn 3, and then these cars are going to go back to green flag racing. 14 laps left in this feature race for the Super Stocks. See exactly what we have in store here. Out of 4 to the flag stand. Adrian has the green flag in the air. We're racing. That's Darrell Lake. He's going to try and pull away. Rickwood, Kate, your pick kind of at the start of the night, looking to make a pass on the inside of Hudson Nagy, and he is about able to do it as they're side by side by the stripe.
Got a little loose there, but look no further because there's Trevor Culver, and he's ready to send her all the way through the corner and able to stick alongside with Hudson Nagy. Oh, they make contact. They're slowing each other down there a little bit, making contact, coming through turns 3 and 4. They're still side by side. The longer they race side by side, the better for the other guys, but unfortunately Hudson Nagy is not able to hang on that outside, but he's still running fast. So let's see. I found that Hudson Nagy was doing really good on the short run. The long run, it almost looked like the car started to go away. So other tires are growing and the stagger's just not there. I'm not sure, but that 36 machine has looked pretty good tonight.
That's right. We see now Darrell Lake leading the charge, and then the 83 of Brody Rickwood getting into second position here. Trevor Culver has put himself onto the podium after being an incident car in the first caution of this race. He has made the charge from the back to the front, and he is going to now try and set the sights on Rickwood and Lake to make himself a back-to-back winner here in the feature.
We've got a yellow on the speedway. I think Randy Kleikendall went around in turns 1 and 2. Now, Trevor
And problems here from the 00, Jay Cox. He's got something dragging.
So I think we have a look at something that happened during the yellow, not so much what caused the yellow, because the 8 was definitely around in turns 1 and 2. Oh, but it looks like there's contact with the 00 and the 7, and now the 00 is, yeah, Dyson's front end is jacked up. 00 is stopped in like right in the center of turn 1 and 2. So we'll have to see if that's just a flat tire, but I think it's bigger problems because out comes the hook.
Yeah, out comes the hook. A flat tire, you might have been able to limp that back to your stall, the hood coming up.
It all depends, right? Because there's a lot of suspension components there as well. So if it's just a flat, you might be okay, but I would probably rather go on the hook if we're already stopped. But that car came to a stop, so I'm thinking there's a little bit more going on, and we'll have to see. Dyson is in the pits. They're going to work on that front end, trying to get this hood off. It is bunched up.
Trying to get those pins, cotter pins, out of the hood to get it off.
So they popped those out of the front, and then I think they just brought the tin snips out to get the top part off, because those are on the hinges there. Trying to bend down, give the driver a little bit more visibility.
My mother-in-law.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get this.
Give us a wave, Jude.
They are going to town.
Jude, this is for you. Happy birthday at 200 miles an hour. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Jude.
We're going to go to a replay here. A slight look at what caused this caution here.
Yeah, so look to the left side of your screen. Yeah, and there's the 8 that just starts to go around. So Kleikendall brings out the caution, and then we have a little bit of mayhem.
Yeah, that's right. We still got to look at Ryan Dyson, his crew, trying to use their brains to see exactly what they can do to fix his machine. And then we get the 00 of Cox on the business end of the tow truck, getting hooked to his pit stall. The window net's still up, but we'll have to wait and see if it's just a quick fix or if that will end his night tonight. There's 10 laps remaining here in the feature race.
And right beside the 00 Jay Cox is the Cody Wilds pit. They're in doing some work on a couple of things. Cody was kind of further back in the pack, so I don't know if they're just making some adjustments, see if they can make it a little bit better. Wilds was running 13th, so might as well come in and get some stuff done if you can. Make an adjustment, make the most of your run. You got 10 laps left. So the 14 of Wilds looks like he's about to head back to pit lane and roll out back onto the track at the tail end of this field.
Yeah, both.
They're just dropping the 00 of Jay Cox. It looks like they're still doing some cosmetic fixes there to the 28 of Dyson. So we will see who is all able to make it back. They're still trying to see if they can get that something done with that fender in some way that maybe it gives the driver a little bit more visibility, or they may just have to say, okay, we're gonna save a rub on the tire and you're gonna get what you're gonna get and pray to your spotter to have your back there on that front corner.
I think it's that the latter of what you just said there, because Ryan Dyson about to roll out here. And
so
good
00 was just a flat tire, but did not want to, you don't always want to limp that. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of suspension components in the front end of these race cars. Why bend up money that you don't need to fix later? So good on Jay Cox, definitely knows, just give her a minute. Yeah.
Got a quick look at the front end of Ryan Dyson's car. The handy dandy duct tape was out. The pace car is off the track. And here we go. We are back to green flag racing. 10 laps to go in the feature. Darrell Lake on the pole here. He leads the cars into that restart, and he will pull away. Trevor Culver on the inside of Rickwood. That's where he was able to pass to get into third the last restart. So he's going to try the exact same thing. Out of 4, down the front. Trevor Culver puts himself into second position. If he can pull away, he's going to try and now get to Darrell Lake. And with 9 to go, the way Trevor Culver's been racing, he might be able to do it.
Yeah, Rickwood's having a good run too, but Culver's the only one that's sub 20 seconds on the lap timer, so he's got a great run. He's to the inside of the 77 of Darrell Lake.
And there he is, out of the corner. Trevor Culver on the inside of Darrell Lake, able to
Darrell Lake looks to try to do a crossover, does not have enough speed to get to the inside of the 1. But will that open the door for Rickwood to go to the inside? Not quite enough just yet. The 00 Jay Cox was able to re-enter this race. They let them go green. As we don't count caution laps, he was able to join the tail end of the field and get back on. He is not a lap down. He is running at the back of this pack.
That's right. It's the battle for second and third now. It's between Rickwood and Lake as Trevor Culver has put himself into that top spot and quickly distanced himself now. He's about 8 to 9 car lengths ahead of Darrell Lake. You see the gap there as they head out of turn 4 down the front. It's 5 to go this time by Darrell Lake and Rickwood battling it for second position. Nick Ramsey and Carson Nagy rounding out the top 5 so far. As we get a look there, the Nagy's and Ethan Orr in that trio right there.
So Carson ahead of Hudson. Orange roof is Carson, white roof is Hudson. It always throws me off.
And there we get the battle for second on your screen. It's Darrell Lake and Brody Rickwood. As Rickwood tries to go to the inside, does not have the gusto to do it, so he just ends up going right in behind Darrell Lake. He might try to make that pass later on, but they're running out of laps. 3 to go as down the back stretch they go. Trevor Culver absolutely healthy lead here out of 4. 2 to go this time by for Trevor Culver and the rest of the field. A little bit of contact, Rickwood and Darrell Lake. Rickwood spinning Darrell Lake around, and that brings out a caution. Darrell Lake around going into turn 1, and that was some contact by the 83 of Brody Rickwood.
Brody Rickwood tried to find the inside lane there, just didn't quite have it. Gets into the back of the 83. And around goes the 77. Here's another look at it. So they come off the corner. Rickwood touches there. Trying to let him, I think, know that he was there. It definitely looked like Lake wanted that inside and wanted to try to block the inside too. So definitely contact made. Goes off the nose of the 83. Around goes the 77 of Lake.
Contact between him and the 77 of Darrell Lake.
So we'll see here exactly where everybody gets positioned. It's still looking like the 83 is in that second position. Darrell Lake now towards the back of the field as we have 3 laps remaining here in the Super Stock feature. Trevor Culver looking to put himself back into victory lane this week after winning his first race with his new baby girl at the track last week.
Yeah, we're gonna take one more look here as well. So from these cameras up top, like I said, I thought that the 77 did come down a little bit. Rick Wood's letting him know that he's there. There is contact made. 77 was trying to save that inside line, but nonetheless goes off the nose of the 83 there, putting the 83 to the back. Tough luck for the 83 team as well as the 77 team, but I don't think that that's the timing that the 83 wanted. He didn't get as good a timing as the 1 car. He doesn't have as many laps to get back to the front, but yeah, tough luck there for those drivers. 83 was also having a great run, so was the 77, but trying to save your position doesn't always save position. Sometimes it ends up affecting more than just your car going to the back when you try to hold that. So
as we get ready,
we'll have to see if these cars can come through the field or if it becomes mayhem again.
As we are doubled back up here, 3 to go. As we get back to green flag racing, it'll be Trevor Culver starting the field, and he gets the green flag, and he is going to jump. It's Nick Ramsey on the outside. Trevor Culver able to get in front of that, up high down the Delaware Hill out of 2. Going into 3, Nick Ramsey trying to get a good inside position. Good defense so far out of 3 and 4 for Culver as he washes up the track a little bit. 2 to go this time by. Trevor Culver looking for yet another future race win as he'll be at a 2 and down the back. He is distancing himself from the 07 of Nick Ramsey. And then in behind Ramsey, it's the Nagys battling each other. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Half-mile to go here as they're out of 2 and down the back. It'll be Trevor Culver and Nick Ramsey. Does Ramsey have what it takes to make the push as they enter into turn 3? Out of 3 into 4. Trevor Culver's out of 4 down the front. Trevor Culver takes the double checker flags, followed by Nick Ramsey. And then it's Carson Nagy, Hudson Nagy, and Ethan Orr rounding out the top 5. Kate, take us through the rest of the running order here as this Super Stock.
Dyson ends up 6th, Edgar in 7th, Herniak Jr. 8th, Rick Wood ends up getting himself back up to 9th, Wilds in 10th, Van Stietzel 11th, Jay Cox 12th, Darrell Lake in 13th, Kuykendall, and then Menzie is the rest of that race. Trevor Culver ends up in victory lane yet again. Get out your stopwatches, everybody.
That's right, as he has his hand out the window, giving a wave to the Delaware fans, and doing what he does best. He will pull into victory lane reverse style here. He'll flip around as we get ready for him. And now he'll continue to give a point and a wave to the fans here at Delaware Speedway. Back-to-back victories here for the one of Trevor Culver gets himself into victory lane. And man, he mired a little bit of adversity to start the race, had to see himself put to the back after being involved in an incident, but it was early enough for him to be able to get himself put into victory lane and celebrate yet another checkered flag victory. As we see, good camera shot of Trevor Culver making sure he gets his Hans device, his helmet, and everything off. His harness. All the safety gear that makes these drivers safe here on the track. Helmet is off. Headphones are out.
Got the helmet off down here, ready to
Yes, and we get a shot of his wife and new baby girl down there as well. Collecting himself out of the car, he comes. Trevor Culver, another victory here at Delaware Speedway on top of his car. A nice salute to the fans with the checkered flag in hand as we get ready for a
Trevor,
post
back. Good time.
down to Jordan Mosley.
Get hot. Take me through your night.
It was a tough one, as you can see here. Wow, had to work hard for that one. A lot of good race cars out there at the start, getting through traffic, and kind of got boxed in. And ultimately, it was my fault. I got into the 71 and spun them, so we went to the back, as we should, and just slowly worked our way out. If it wasn't for those cautions, we wouldn't be standing here. But thankfully, those cautions came. And if it wouldn't be for this great group of people behind me, also wouldn't be standing here. My pit crew, Daryl Stanley, Alan Gold, Tanner Peary, Mason Culver, my mom, Sue Jones, my dad, my stepmom, my stepdad, my wife, my brother. It's awesome. My daughter's here again for a victory lane. Just so many people make this happen. Like, we worked as hard as we've ever worked on this car this week because we weren't quite happy with how it was from last week and knew that we were going to have a different track tonight. We worked our butts off, and it paid off. And I got to thank all the sponsors as well that get us here. Inventory Express Lubricants, Carter Trucking, MGV Concrete, DK Equipment, Wild Sprinting. For Pizza's Sake in Illerton, you want a good bite to eat, they're the spot to go on your way home. For Pizza's Sake in Illerton, big thanks to them. J.O. Hay and Livestock, Fix Auto, London Northwest, Lux Homes and Ahmed Waquez, Ali Hassan and FC Funding, Quadro Communications. This car was as fast as Quadro Communications high-speed internet tonight. Mr. Transmission on Exeter Road in London. Mark Kennedy Trucking, Outback Tire Shack, GNL Automotive, Melrose Garage, Culver Towing, Dave Culver Auto Care, Novus Glass, London Northwest, Hallmark Memorials. This is just an army of people that care so much about me. I'm pretty humbled to have so many people who support me. I can't thank Delaware Speedway enough for an awesome place to race, and I can't thank all you fans for coming out and watching an awesome show.
Trevor Culver locks down his second in a row, the third.
Congratulations to Trevor Culver. We'll be back with more Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet after this.
Blow out all candles before you leave the room or go to bed.
Never leave a burning candle unattended.
When you go out, don't forget to blow out.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
You want to watch something really chaotic and weird?
No.
Tune into... I didn't ask you, I was asking the viewer. Tune into Crumpet Corner, an amazing show full of chaos, creatures, and crumpets. That's 3 C's.
Like us?
Yes. Can you let me do this promo, please?
Please. I just want one. I just want one.
But you aren't supposed to do this. Who even let you on set?
You did.
Watch Crumpet Corner, folks. I don't believe this.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Another look at Trevor Culver and the team it takes for him to be able to put his car into victory lane. 2 straight weeks now for him, as the mini stock invitational is trying to do a pace lap, and Trevor Culver is kind of holding that up as his friends, family, and everything like that is still on the track. But hey, you do something as special as he did, winning a race from even having to be put to the back after an incident. Good on Trevor Culver for doing that. But so as we get ready here, as the mini stocks are on the track again, if for the viewers that might be just tuning in to our broadcast, what can they expect from these cars? As at first glance they look like a bone stock, but maybe not.
Before that, Trevor Culver is waving at the fans as he goes into 4 right now. Some of his people that were down taking a picture still need to get back across the track. So Trevor Culver was celebrating, but what we can expect from the mini stocks was your question. I'm sorry. We can expect something different than what we see with our bone stocks. We're going to expect a little bit more speed. They're going to move a little bit differently on the track as well, because they can make more adjustments to their suspension, their setup, their caster, their camber, all of those racing terms that we like to talk about, which is the tilts of the tires and the ball joints, as well as they're using racing tires. They're not using street tires. So the mini stocks give you way more adjustments. They're going to be lighter. Our bone stocks are going to be heavier. They're stock cars. That means no chipping in the computer, no alternating the computer, no making any alterations to those things to make the performance higher. Mini stocks, go for it. It's open, they're running their track rules, but they are able to play with things like that. So these mini stocks should be way faster than our bone stocks. Maybe not way faster, but they are going to be faster than our bone stocks. And you will see a few modified bone stocks to fit this class for today. They will be out there as well as we talk to the 228 of Lucas Chapman. He's out on this track. He says for his second time, so not his first appearance, so we do stand corrected. His second time. He's 12 years old. He's at the back of this pack. He's just out there to have some fun. He's been around this track almost his whole life, watching Dad run in a late model. So we saw Jaden Chapman here last week in the late models, so Lucas is out here having some fun today. So it's going to be an interesting race. We're almost going green.
That's right. The pace car has its lights off. It'll dip off the track here out of turn 3. It'll be the 76X of Sean Taylor taking the field to the green flag. Out at turn 4 they go, looking to the flag stand. And the green flags are flying. We're racing in the mini stock division. And it's the 76X of Sean Taylor off to a good start. And then it's the 10 of Doug Butler, and then the 89 of Ryan Babin, Jacob Sutcliffe in the 27, and then finishing out the top 5 there is the 16 of Mike Thompson. It's a good side-by-side battle here for first place.
Yeah, it's a good side-by-side battle, and they're running fast so far. We're already in the low 23s there at the front of the pack. I expect that to get faster and faster. Somebody got a little bit loose. That kind of checks up the field. They're sliding back throughout the field. Just trying to catch the number. It's hard to... That's the 89 of Babin that got loose, coming out of 2, slid back, lost a bunch of positions, kind of collected himself, and back to the races he goes.
That's right, as we see the top 2 here, it's Butler and Taylor doing battle. It'll be Butler at the line, new leader here, a 21.803, his fastest lap here. 3 laps into this race, 32 to go. It's Butler here, out of 3 into 4. Sean Taylor going to go to the inside, trying to make the pass, but Butler able to have some good corner exit and straightaway speed to keep himself in the lead as they go out of 2 down the hill, as they're going to be coming up to rookie Lucas Chapman in the 228 here at the back of the field. A little bit of lap traffic. they'll have to maneuver. Not a problem for the leaders. Butler still leading through 5 laps of this feature race for the Mini Stock Invitational. The front two have kind of taken themselves far away from the rest of the field, and they're going to just have to, I think, maybe battle themselves, barring anything else happening on the track.
Yeah, the other thing that you're going to hear differently from our bone stocks is the motor and the speed and the power in these motors. So they do sound a little bit different than our normal bone stock as well.
As we get a look here, it is the 10 of Doug Butler in the lead, followed closely by the 76X of Sean Taylor as they are single file across the stripe. 28 to go as more lap traffic is passed. That's the 99 of Chad Peru. They maneuver by. And that's
that 99 machine is pushing in the corners. It is sliding so far up the track. But good on the 99 for coming out, getting some more laps in. It'll definitely help when he goes to 10 again in bone stock competition.
That's right, a couple more cars passed by the leaders. Joe Kicks was there as well, and then the 16L of Peyton Lewis passed as well, the 28.
That'll be of Chris Lawrence.
Of Chris Lawrence. The leaders making good work of the lap traffic. Lap traffic also doing a good job to stay out of the way of the leaders and not cause any disruptions here. A little bit more maneuvering of lap traffic as we come to the line. Here's a replay, Kate. Let's take us through it.
Yeah, here's the lead change. Oh, gets checked up by a lap car. That opened the door for Taylor to slide through and take the lead over Butler. So using the lap traffic for the lead change, never a bad thing.
Yeah, you take advantage of any advantage you can on the track to gain a position, especially if it's the one to put you in the lead. So now it's Sean Taylor in the lead with Doug Butler playing catch up here. But it's been those two since the race started pretty much that have been battling for that top spot. Everybody else is just trying to maintain speed and keep the right way on the track.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see lap by lap what the differential is. Right now it sits at 0.4, so I'm wondering if the 10 of Butler is cutting into Taylor's lead. So we'll check this time by and see how much that differential changes at the line. They're coming across the line now. So it actually looks like Taylor gained a little bit, 4.42 instead of 0.4 flat. So interesting. We'll see how that maps out. That might have been the move to take it all.
Yeah, that might be what Sean Taylor needed to be able to.
But we've got more lap traffic to maneuver, so who's going to do it the best this time?
As we see Butler having to go way up high to maneuver around the lap traffic and go 3 wide, but he makes the pass on the outside. He's able to get good speed on the outside, come to the line.
Wow, Butler,
new leader.
Butler used that high groove to his advantage. Thank you for putting in that second groove, Delaware. That's from Butler. He's at the front of this field.
Yeah, as we see, look on
Here's
the replay
again. So Taylor goes to go low under the 10. The 10 goes, the leaders are coming, tries to go lower, ends up pinching Taylor down low, and Butler just uses that second groove and gets a great drive off. He's back in the lead.
We mentioned it. Use what you can on the track to gain an advantage as Joe Kicks is being passed yet again by the leaders.
These two at the front are putting on the show.
Yeah, it's a great show here.
There's a yellow on the track. We've got a car around on the backstretch.
The 16L of Peyton Lewis is the one facing the wrong way on the track, just out of turn 2 down the backstretch. See if they are able to get that car fired back up. Safety crew going to the driver to see if they need any help.
they are going to get this field back together.
2:28 on the front stretch.
While they work on getting Lewis off the track.
As we get Lewis getting a push here. See if the push start will help him be able to get this car turned around, or if he's just maybe gonna come around and come off the track on pit lane turn 1. No, he's gonna get himself turned around. Is he able to keep it going? Oh, he's got a flat tire, as we see on the left rear. Good shot there. That's not the way a tire is supposed to look on the rim, that is for sure. So we'll have to see if we can get the 16L back to his pit box and see if they can get some changes made to that tire. Under caution here it'll be 20 laps remaining once we get back to green flag racing. So far, like you've mentioned, it's been the 10 of Butler and the 76X of Taylor that have just been putting on an absolute show with speed, maneuvering lap traffic, and making sure that they have been able to stay the right side on this track and in the top 2 positions.
Yeah, they're running about 3/10 faster than the cars running in 3, 4, and P5. So interested to see what this restart will bring. I expect those 3 cars in 3 through 5 to stay together. I would like to keep watching this battle of Butler and Taylor go back and forth for the next 20 laps. They've been using lap traffic as picks and shields, and like we've seen a 2-3 trap. We've seen some picks like basketball. This has been a very interesting night at Delaware Speedway.
That's right. We get a look at the 16L of Peyton Lewis getting to their pit box, and they're going to try and get that left rear fixed quickly here as we are still under caution. Delaware Speedway in the middle, 10 laps into the mini stock invitational feature race on this gorgeous Friday night at Delaware Speedway. The crew is getting the car jacked up, getting that tire off and trying to get a new one on so Peyton Lewis can potentially rejoin the field here. Still a look at the Peyton Lewis crew getting that tire fixed, rear left rear.
Sorry, I looked at you funny. That sounded really weird at first.
Yeah, it did. Just kind of flip-flop. It did feel weird coming out of my mouth. I just flip-flopped the words, but hey, a little bit of French heritage. Do things a little backwards sometimes, but hey, it's all right. But it looks like we are going to get the double up here. White flag is in the air. Peyton Lewis is able to roll down pit lane and get to the end and rejoin this field once they go past. It'll be Butler leading the charge out of turn 4 to the green flag. Sean Taylor sitting in second. Jacob Sutcliffe in third. Mike Thompson fourth. And then Ryan Babin rounding out the top 5. So we'll see if this restart is good for the rest of the field or if it'll be what it was before the caution, with Doug Butler and Sean Taylor pulling themselves away and having themselves a battle for first. Here they go, pace car off the track, out of turn 4, looking to the flag stand. There's the green flag, and what a jump from the 10 of Butler there. And everybody followed him through, and Sean Taylor is sitting in third. I thought he lost.
It almost looked like Taylor missed a shift and just slid way back. Well, that just added to the fun.
Yeah, but honestly, when I first saw it, I thought Taylor was further back.
I think we have a replay of this start. So there goes the 10, and just watch. Taylor just like, I think Taylor missed a shift. I think that there was a little oopsie in the cockpit there, but that is fine because Taylor's back into the second spot and trying to hunt down Butler.
That's right. It's Sean Taylor in the 76X after, like you mentioned, Kate, that missed shift. But we got some cars going all over the track. We got a caution on the speedway. The 16 is around.
I think that's the 16S of Alex Stewart.
And then the 89 as well, near the bottom of the track down the back stretch.
That'd be Babbitt. Would be the 89.
Got to look at. Look at it.
So it looks like the 16 just got super loose. Back end of that car comes around. Babin tries to check up, kind of gets caught up near the end of that, but around goes Stewart, and we have another caution.
That's the second caution here. Another 2 laps in the books in this 35-lap feature, as it's going to be still Butler in the lead. He's going to lead the rest of the field back in the restart. And then Sean Taylor hoping maybe to have a better restart here, as he missed a shift on the last one, but it didn't seem to phase him at all, as he was able to still maintain his second position. Get another look at the
This is a little bit of fireworks here. The 16 thinks that the 89 was fully to blame, I think. I mean, we didn't have going into the corner. There could have been a shot there too. Regardless, the 16 paid the 89 a little bit of a visit. So we'll see what that could transpire as well. Oh, we have a look. I talk and I shall receive, I guess. So going into the corner here, 89's loose. Yep, there was some contact right in the center of that corner. So that is why the 16 stopped and paid the 89 a little bit of a visit.
Yeah, that's right. So being like, hey man, like, I get it. Robin is racing a little bit, but let's not be a little overzealous here exiting a corner. Little bit of words, but nonetheless, we're doubled back up here in the field. Green flag will wave next time out of turn 4.
They call this close enough. Let's go.
Lights are off the pace car. The 10 of Butler and Taylor on the front row. Let's see if Taylor can have a little bit more of an engaging start here. Let's see if it really was just a shift or if it just has problems getting going right off the start. No, I think we missed a shift last time. It's a little bit slower off the start, definitely, compared to some of the other vehicles. So maybe just the clutch has a little bit of a slip to it or a little bit of play. But we have a yellow
flag. Maybe didn't like the start.
Race control did not like the start. Let's try this again.
Did Butler jump too early? Maybe wasn't inside the restart zone. We'll take a look here.
We'll take a look at it. Things look pretty good there.
Pace car's off.
I think we started before the restart zone.
Yeah, 10 not out of turn 4, and he is already gone out of the chute, and that'll cause the yellow flag to come out, but they are restacked and re-racked. We're gonna get, I believe, the green flag this time or it'd be the white flag now as the lights are still flashing. As they come around the track one more time. White flag is in the air, so this will be the last lap under pace speed, caution speed, as we have the yellow flag out. And there's the flag getting waved here that you gotta wait till the green flag is in the air before you get the move on.
Sometimes the starter will hold it a little bit longer, which is fine as long as you've come closer to the restart zone. They didn't like the start, so let's try it again. I mean, you have to remember these drivers are it's an invitational today, so they typically probably run other tracks that may work a little bit differently. That's part of a traveling series, is really making sure that you're adapting to each track's rules.
That's right, as now the pace car is off the track. Here we go, out of 3, into turn 4, turning 4 again. And are they gonna like this start as the green flag is in the air? And the entire inside line was absolutely far and away gone from the outside. And no, they will not like this start again.
They did not like the start again.
And it was more than just the 10 of Butler this time. Let's take us through it.
It looks like almost the same thing to me. It's just the outside. So Taylor said, no, like that's not where we're supposed to go. We're not allowed to go yet. So I'm gonna make this one drastic, I guess. The front two of the inside line, they were gone.
They were gone, that's right. So we'll see what race control does here, because that is now back-to-back false starts from Butler there. So we'll see exactly what they are going to do here as they are single file under caution. We get a look here. There used to be the yellow stripe, but
and
I don't
a cone
know if
there, but there's not one.
And the cone.
The cone is on the outside.
Just a little further up there.
Yeah, there's a red, like by a red line. I'm wondering if. I'm almost wondering if they've tried to like get them a little bit more onto the front stretch before they let them go.
And it looks like they have given Sean Taylor and Jacob Sutcliffe the front two positions here and have dropped the 10 of Doug Butler back into third after that bit of trouble here. So we'll have to now see exactly what Doug Butler has in store, dropping a couple of spots. White flag in the air.
So the light's going to come off. Pace car. And Butler now in P3 on this start.
So now, yes, they're going to give Sean Taylor the opportunity to start this field come the restart.
I would imagine he's seen what's going on.
As they go down the back, the lights are off the Delaware pace car. It'll peel off the track out of turn 3, and then it'll be Sean Taylor and Jacob Sutcliffe leading the charge in the front row. It'll be Sean Taylor, the control car, if you will, being able to control how this field starts out. Looking to the flag stand here, and the green flag is in the air. We're green flag racing, and that's a great start from the outside of Sutcliffe, and he is able to take the lead. And it's a good start here, and it's Sutcliffe in the lead now, and it's going to be Taylor and I believe the 16, and there's a car around.
We've got a car around in turn 2. It's the 84. They're going to try and keep it green. This machine keep going. Good job on the 84 to keep things rolling here.
Now to the inside, it's Sutcliffe in the lead with the 76 of Sean Taylor, and that 10 of Doug Butler is wanting to prove that he deserves to be. Here's a replay though of the car around.
Replay, here comes the car around right there off the 16. On the outside of that was the 12 of Joe Kicks. Around goes the 84, but was able to fire up and keep going, so we are still green. But look at the front here.
That's right, it's Sean Taylor trying to go to the inside at the line. I believe Sutcliffe will still have the lead just by a nose hair there. But it's on the inside, down, out of 2, down the back. It's going to be Sean Taylor taking the lead here. But don't count the 10 machine of Doug Butler out as he's trying to make a charge up that field quick. Going to the inside of Sutcliffe in the 27 lap traffic here. They're going to have to maneuver. They do a good job of it. Sutcliffe able to play defense on Butler at this particular point in time. as Butler wants to make a charge back into that title contention, as now he's going to the outside end to turn 1 as lap traffic is there. He gets high and loose out of 1 into 2 rather, and that's going to cost him a little bit of positioning.
Butler was doing a little bit of dirt track racing up there in the marbles. I think we have a look at it here. So Butler definitely wanted to get back to the front, and up the track he goes. Look at these wheels, definitely holding on there for dear life. But it's got to be tough on the 10. You had 2 restarts that they didn't like. You've been moved back. Now you're trying to get back to the front so that that doesn't cause you to be the reason why you had to restart back in the field a little bit and possibly not take the checkered flag and make your stop in victory lane because of 2 fault restarts. So Taylor doesn't mind though, because Taylor's at the front of his pack.
Yeah, and absolutely trying to make himself that much further, as Sutcliffe in the 27 is in position 2, but don't count out Doug Butler. He makes a charge on the inside and he makes the pass going into turn 3.
Well,
now
Butler's
he has his
driving
sights.
with a purpose right now, Kyle.
He is definitely driving with purpose as Joe Kicks gets passed by the leader, Sean Taylor. Doug Butler now in 2nd position as he is on the charge to try and catch Sean Taylor. Taylor doing a great job maneuvering around that lap traffic. Out of turn 3 into 4. He's going to come to the line. It's going to be 8 to go this time by. Doug Taylor running out of time. Caution on the speedway.
We have the
as a car on the
07
infield fence.
Down through the ditch and into the fence. Well, good place for a catch fence.
That is a great place for a catch fence
As you
there.
see some of Ryan Dyson's crew waiting to go across the track, probably back to their normal vehicles. Oh. I've been in that ditch in a junior late model way back in the day. It was the reason why my grandma then never came to the racetrack again.
Yeah, but hey, safety measures are in place for a reason. Good catch fence. It's easier to prop up a fence than it is a person or anything like that. So, or the cars that are kind of parked along there as well, as we got a shot of that as the cars go around. So, hey, safety equipment coming in handy there. As now, hey, we now have a restart, and it's now going to be controlled by Sean Taylor. We got to look at the fence. The post is out of the cap at the top. A little fixed.
It's okay. There was a dirt hill there too.
Right? Yeah,
it
there
might
you
have
go.
caught him.
Right, there you
we
go.
We slowed him down a little bit.
And
hopefully no launching like Monster Jam, but
yeah, hopefully not, as we are going to get ready for a restart, and this is going to be an interesting one, as Sean Taylor will be the control car this time around, and he's now going to have Doug Butler beside him, so it'll be interesting to see.
Well, it's nice for the 10. There was a big gap between Taylor and Butler, and the 10 definitely wants to overcome the mishaps of these starts and doesn't want that to play a part in why he does not end up in victory lane. So biggest thing for the 10 is to have a good start alongside Taylor and at least stick together, make a contention out of the rest of this race. So that'll be what we need to see here. Can Butler overcome adversity here in his false starts? And can Taylor have a good start? I find that vehicle does not like to giddy up and go there on the restarts. It's just like it doesn't slam into gear quite as quickly as everybody else. So I'm wondering if that's like half the battle in that machine. Is definitely great on the long run. But there's 9 laps to go, so there will be time, a little bit of time if the start's not great for the 76. But the 10, quick off the start. So we'll see where they decide to restart this time by. And hopefully everything goes as planned with those 2 on the front row.
That's right. The lights are off. The Delaware Speedway pace car, it will drop off the track out of 3. Now the cars in the mini stock invitational come out of 4, gonna look and turn to the flag stand, waiting for that green flag to fly. It is in the air, and a little bump from 7 to the 10, and that is gonna propel Butler into the lead, and that's the 7 of Matt Young giving him an absolute boost from the back.
Yeah, the 76 just didn't go. The 76 has struggled on those restarts like I talked about, and really the 10 had no choice but to go because the 7 was going with or without him. Watch the restart here. You're gonna see the 76 goes to go, but there is no go. So once we hit that start-finish line, all bets are off, go. So good start by the 10. That's what the 10 needed to propel himself back to the front of this field. But now you can see the 76 is up to speed again. That 76 just does not like a restart. It is a long haul car. It is not for a drag race.
That's right.
Nobody drag raced the 76.
No, exactly. It's, here we go. We're gonna have 6 this time by the stripe as Sean Taylor and Doug Butler are doing what they have done all race, and that is battle for top spot here. 6 to go as they come down the back. Does Taylor have what it takes to get to Butler and make the pass? Butler gets a little high out of 4, but able to keep that lead intact. It's 5 to go this time by. Taylor getting in behind as lap traffic is now gonna start to rear its head here for these front 2 cars. To the inside is Sean Taylor to the line. Butler still able to keep the lead. 4 to go that time by the stripe.
Taylor did a great job of hanging high over top of Lucas Chapman, going into turn 3, able to dive to the inside. They're still racing side by side.
It'll be 3 to go this time by the stripe. Butler still in the lead, not by much though. Sean Taylor giving it everything he's got on the inside line here, trying to make a pass here down the back.
Yeah, the Taylor's just slid in behind Butler. Butler's just handling a little bit better through 1 and 2, but gets that drive off of 4.
A little bit more lap traffic they had to maneuver. Did that quite well. Here's going to be some more down the back. They're both going to have to go to the outside of that lap traffic. But oh! Sean Taylor trying to go 3 wide between kicks, and Butler does not come to fruition there. My goodness, 1 lap to go. Oh my, does Sean Taylor have what it takes? Out of 3 and into 4. To the line. It'll be Doug Butler taking the checkered flags here in the Mini Slack Invitational at Delaware Speedway. This race had absolutely everything in it. Top 5, it'll be Sean Taylor, Carl Salt, Jacob Sutcliffe, and Mike Thompson rounding out the top 5.
Yeah, Butler and Taylor, very entertaining, to say the least. I guess try and stuff it in there if you can. Let's see if I think we have a replay of it. Here we go. So they come around the first 2 cars of the lap traffic. Here comes Joe Kicks. There's an opening. He did see an opening. It just was not quite as wide by the time he got there, but made an attempt at it. So, I mean, it was there at one point. He just wasn't in there quick enough, but Taylor gave it everything he had and tried to make it work, but Doug Butler was able to overcome the restart debacle and end up in victory lane.
That's right. And we saw both these cars, Butler and Taylor, use lap traffic earlier on in the race to make passes. As we have Butler coming out of the car, gonna celebrate the victory. taking a walk around the car and sending it down to Jordan Mosley.
Well, I was learning as I was going. I knew me and Sean would be up front, racing pretty clean. I got to hand them that this round, you know. I was dicing and slicing the lap cars there. I don't know if I was screwing up the restart while I got put 2 cars back, but it happens. You know, I'll take it. Win some, you lose some. But I was aiming for this, and I can't believe I got it.
How exciting was it running here at the half mile?
It's a handful. If many of you don't know, I drive with one hand usually. I was too sawing it at the wheel, so that tells you right there.
I know you got a lot of people you want to thank down here.
I want to thank all my sponsors right now. My head's a little fuzzy, but my wife for being my crew chief, my companion, and my support. Cam, you know, he's awesome. He's doing great things for Circle Track, and I appreciate him, and I appreciate the rest of the sponsors, and Alex Nagy for putting this on for us.
Doug Taylor with a great win, brings it home.
We'll be back with more Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet after this.
Join the high-energy, bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. 2 features down, 1 to go. It is going to be the super late models now taking the track for a 75-lap feature. Going to be super fast for 75 laps around this half mile.
Yeah, we saw some 17 lap times in qualifying. I think Jake Sheridan said he's got P2, so he'll be super fast. But look who's on the inside of him. We've got Chenoweth on the pole. Then we've got Sheridan, Fitzpatrick, Watson. So front 4, gonna be fast, and it's gonna be loud. Just the way I like a racetrack, nice and loud.
Yeah, we also had an interview with Sean Chenoweth, and he's like, Delaware Speedway seems to be my kryptonite as a track, but he knows, and he has very much very big respect for everybody else that's driving alongside with them in this race. He said Jake Sheridan's going to be a beast to deal with. So he's just going to have to try and keep it straight and keep it on the straight and narrow to come away with a win, hopefully, but a top 3, maybe a podium finish here at the half mile.
Well, Jake's got lots of laps on this track, right? He runs a late model here as well, and that's half the battle with some of these tracks that are a little bit different. We talk about it all the time. Jared Fitzpatrick talked about how he's great in 1 and 2 right now, but he's not so great in 3 and 4. So whether or not they were able to do some tuning to make that work for them, the biggest thing is that it might handle great in one corner and not in the other, but these got a lot of speed. There's a lot of horsepower here that they're contending with. So if your car's not going to be set up so well, guess what? You're going to have a handful for these 75 laps.
That's right. It's, like we mentioned, 75 laps, the scheduled distance, as we are running some pace laps here at the half mile. Getting some heat back into the tires as these super late models have been sitting for quite a little bit here as they went through their group qualifying and then had to sit through the features as they end the night tonight. It'll, like we mentioned, it'll be the 89C Sean Chenoweth sitting pole. On the outside of him in row 1, it's the 52S of Jake Sheridan, and then in third, it'll be the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. Fourth, it's the 9 of Brandon Watson. 5, the 50. In fifth, it's the 52 of Adrian Foster. In sixth, the 5 of Brad Purcell. TJ Edwards in the 34, sitting in 7th. Then in 8th, it's the 73 of Mike Miller. 9th is the 03 of Dario Capriccio. And in 10th, rounding out the field, it's the 74 of Jaeger Robertson. As we have the white flag going to be in the air this time by, so the field will double up and get ready for green flag racing.
Likes that outside groove when it comes to a late model. He likes to restart there too, so I'm interested to see if it's going to be the same in a super late model. Whether or not he's going to be able to take off the same, I'm interested to watch. Let's see if that's his preferred lane again tonight for a restart. Lights are off.
Lights are off the pace car. It dips off the track. It'll be Chenoweth, the point car, bringing the field to the green flag. Green flags are in the air. We are green flag racing in the super late models here at Delaware Speedway. A great start, like you mentioned, on the outside for the 52 of Sheridan, and he is flying.
Well,
around.
I asked the question. I asked the question. I got the answer. Yes, it works the same for him.
As Jake Sheridan is absolutely on rails.
This time by, we're going to head down for a speed shot.
Hearing that roar of the super late models is absolutely amazing. Jake Sheridan in the lead, followed by the 89C of Sean Chenoweth. As we are pretty spaced out single file here in the field. 3 laps into the 75-lap feature. Chenoweth out of 3 into 4, trying to keep that gap short between him and Sheridan. Sheridan just trying to keep everybody in his rearview mirror.
Yeah, well, Chenoweth always says this isn't his best track, but he's got the best lap time so far. So, good on Sean Chenoweth. He's hanging in there. He said it's going to take 75 consistent laps in order to have the 89C at the front. So far, he's doing so good.
Down the back into turn 3, out of 3 and into 4. Sheridan's up a bit high, but he maintains his lead across the stripe. 69 laps to go here as they're out of 2 down the back. Sheridan about 2.5 car length lead, but in the corner, Chenoweth is able to close that gap just a tiny bit as they're down the front. Sheridan into turn 1, trying to keep that gap sizable for him as he's out of 2 down the back. This is where he's usually pulled away, but Chenoweth doing a great job keeping that gap very tight on Sheridan as he's just trying to keep himself in the rearview mirror of Sheridan and maybe keep himself in that spot to make a pass somewhere down the line.
Jake able to put a really good lap time down that time by, able to extend the lead just a little bit. That lead is getting a little bit bigger, so I'm wondering if that car is coming to Jake Sheridan. About 10 laps in, things are hooked up probably the way that he had them or wants them for the longer run. So car's working good for Jake Sheridan.
That's right, everything looking pretty single file here around the racetrack. Jake Sheridan in the lead, followed by Chenoweth, Watson, and Fitzpatrick. Foster rounding out the top 5. As there's a bit of a battle between the 9 and the 84 of Watson and Fitzpatrick.
Watson and Fitzpatrick battling there for the 3rd position. They're having a good run as well. I know the 84 would have liked to find a little bit more speed in that, but it looks like the car's coming a little bit to him lap by lap here as well.
As this is the battle for third on our screen right now. Some contact between the 84 of Fitzpatrick and the 9 of Watson. But everybody stays straight and we're still green. 62 laps to go here in this super late model feature at Delaware Speedway. There's the leader, Jake Sheridan, as he's going to be coming up on some lap traffic. Here's a replay.
Take a look at this replay going into the corner in 3 and 4, and Fitzpatrick just gets into the back of Watson, almost closer to the drive off the corner. Maybe thought he was going to go a little bit faster than he did. But if you look, there it is again. He closes that gap right in that spot of the corner. So it looks like Fitzpatrick's rolling off a little bit sooner than the 9 is. And will that play a factor later on? Just going around some lap traffic. Again, that's your battle for third.
There it is on our screen. They maneuvered some lap traffic. They're out of turn 4, coming to the stripe. That's the battle for third. As we've mentioned, Watson and Fitzpatrick. That is what right now the closest battle on the track, near the top of the field. That time by is 58 laps to go.
The 03 retired after 8 laps in, so some issues with that car there as well. That was Capaccio that had to return to the pits.
We got some double screen action here for you guys. Top left is the leader, Jake Sheridan. Bottom right is the battle for third between Watson and Fitzpatrick. Watson having a pretty sizable, comfortable lead over Sean Chenoweth at this particular time in the race. Still lots of time to go here. 56 laps as Jake Sheridan, the leader, is down the back. The battle for third now down the back, as well as they're entering to turn 3 out of 3 and into 4. Gonna cross the stripe, 55 to go. Jake Sheridan showing why he is fast in any car he puts himself in. And he's looking for another win here in the Super Late Models.
Well, with Delaware being that track that has 2 totally different corners on it, definitely laps here is something that's going to play to your advantage. Jake Sheridan is showing that right now. He's absolutely dominating at the front of the field. There's a yellow on the track.
The 24 is around, 34 rather, is around in the middle of turn 4. That is TJ Edwards. He is kind of having himself a rough night from practice and in group qualifying and that. He's able to get himself straight now. He'll see if he can get his car back up to speed. There's the 52 returning to his pit stall of Adrian Foster. We got a look back at TJ Edwards, the cause of this caution flag as he spun out.
So there's a 34, joined the back of the field. Safety crew just making sure there's nothing on the track. So
again, the safety crew here at Delaware Speedway, week in and week out, does a great job to make sure the track and all the conditions are in tip-top shape and the safest for these drivers and everybody that needs to be involved with these cars, and made sure that nothing is on the track that's going to potentially get in the way of these cars on the track. As we'll see exactly what this means for Jake Sheridan. If he chooses the outside, we'll have to wait and see. As it looks like we might be getting the yellow flag still out.
I would also say that it would depend if this traveling series has a certain rule, whether they're allowed to choose the outside or the inside. I think if he was given the option, he'll pull the normal Jake Sheridan and go to the outside, but we'll have to see what happens.
like we mentioned, in a normal late model that he runs here, if there's a restart and he's up at the top, he's choosing the outside pretty much every time, because as we saw in this race, he was on the outside, made the pass, and he hasn't looked back yet. So
well, just the drive he gets coming off of 4 there as well. Oh, it looks like the safety crew has found something, because they are over in turn 3. So I'm going to say that's our slow up here.
A little point further into the middle of turn 3. They'll hop back in the side-by-side and see exactly where they have to go and see exactly what is on the track that could be causing this delay. Getting a look at the Delaware Speedway pace car. Jake Sheridan, the leader. Sean Chenoweth in the 89C, sitting in 2nd. Brandon Watson in 3rd. J.R. Fitzpatrick in 4th. They have been battling pretty well for that 3rd position all race, as they continue to make their ways in and out of turn 3 and into turn 4 to kind of see maybe if something is on the track there.
I think they are putting down some quick dry.
Yeah, that's exactly what's coming out of the back of the side-by-side there, the push cart. So with the car going around, don't know if there was a little bit of a leak or exactly what the issue is there. But a little, quite a big strip of quick dry on the track. It looks like right out of 3 going into the start of 4 is where it begins, and then pretty much halfway through that turn is where it's going to stop.
Yeah, very interesting. There's a nice amount that they're going to look to clean up here, but then it's who is it coming out of?
Yeah, it's really low coming out of 3 and into 4, almost.
It might be the 52 that's already retired to the pits. Foster. That may be why they went into the pits. I'm hoping it is definitely not somebody who's still on track, or we're going to have one heck of a mess.
Yeah, exactly. If they cannot spot who it is and they're still on the track, that would be a mess. But it doesn't look like there's a trail anywhere else on the track, so I do believe it's probably a vehicle that has gone to the pits. And we did see, like you said, Adrian Foster pretty quickly to his trailer after the caution flag came out. So it might have been him. We're not sure exactly which car.
If they're not sending anybody else off the track because they suspect a leak, I'm gonna make a pretty strong assumption that it is Foster. So hopefully that's able to be ready to go here.
One safety vehicle veers off.
Side by side went over it one more time.
Try and spread that out and try and disperse it so the cars are not going to have to maneuver through that as well.
We still have 55 laps to go here with the super late models.
I'll be out of this. There is a 1 in 36 chance.
All the safety vehicles are off the track, so now it's just going to wait to see. Looks like the white flag is coming out, so it'll be 1 lap under caution remaining this next time by.
We thought we were going to have to get you up here to come give us a hand as well.
As we...
Does Chenoweth have anything for Jake Sheridan? I think at this point, he's the one that would have to do it if it's going to be anybody.
That is the question here. Jake Sheridan absolutely on rails here tonight in the super late model division. Chenoweth said in his interview earlier on in the show that Sheridan's going to be the guy that the battle's going to be with. So
he said he had to have 75 consistent laps while you're 20 in, Sean, so keep going.
Yeah, and consistency is key, especially in a longer race like this, 75 laps. You don't have to bust it all early on. You can kind of go in sections and break it down into different how many laps at a time, and then as you're later on in the race, make that charge if you have the time.
I think with Jake Sheridan, you either have to hang with him or he's going to drive away. He's just so fast and just so good here at Delaware. And I'm not shocked Jake Sheridan chooses the outside. Chenoweth on the inside of row 1, Watson, Fitzpatrick in row 2.
Pace car off the track. Sheridan leading them to green. That outside group is just absolutely unreal for Jake Sheridan as he is gone.
Yeah, but also not a bad start for the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. He slides into 3rd ahead of Watson on that restart.
Sheridan out of 2 down the back. Has now a pretty sizable gap from him and Chenoweth. And now it's Fitzpatrick in the 84 looking to climb all over Chenoweth and maybe gain that another spot here and put himself into 2nd. Good battle for 2nd here, Chenoweth and Fitzpatrick. And the 9 of Brandon Watson, he's trying to keep himself in the mix. He's kind of falling off the pace just a little bit as there's the battle for 2nd. It's J.R. Fitzpatrick, Sean Chenoweth. Chenoweth still able to maintain that 2nd position as they come out of 2 down the back stretch here at Delaware.
Ooh, Watson got a little loose coming off of 2, just missed tagging the wall there. Keeps her straight and keeps on going. Settled comfortably into 4th right now.
As we see Jake Sheridan's lead over Chenoweth right now has just gotten further and further. Chenoweth kind of keeping himself in 2nd place for the time being as Fitzpatrick is trying to be on his heels right away.
I think the biggest thing is for Chenoweth is fighting off the 84 of Fitzpatrick if he gets there. Chenoweth's car kind of came to him after a few laps at the beginning of this race, so I'm wondering if that's going to be the same thing here. There's still lots of time, so you're just buying time lap after lap.
As you mentioned, lots of time left in this race. 48 to go. It'll be 47 this time by. On the screen, battle for 2nd. Sean Chenoweth, J.R. Fitzpatrick in that battle. Behind them is the 9 machine of Brandon Watson. He's trying to keep himself in the mix. He's comfortably in 4th at this time of the race. Looking at the gap Sheridan has over Chenoweth, it's a pretty sizable one at this particular time. Chenoweth down the back. J.R. Fitzpatrick just trying to keep himself in the mix, in the hunt, so to speak. As they come down the front stretch. 45 to go this time by. There it is, the race, the battle for 2nd. J.R. Fitzpatrick, Sean Chenoweth in that battle right now. Both of them are trying to see if they can get anywhere closer to the leader, Jake Sheridan.
In order to make that a battle, the 84 is going to have to catch Chenoweth. Chenoweth's putting on a little bit of time lap after lap here. He's spacing out the difference between himself and Chenoweth. So Chenoweth's gaining ground on Fitzpatrick, but he's also getting a touch closer to Jake Sheridan. So that car definitely coming to life a little bit more in the longer run, but I don't know that it would be enough to catch Jake Sheridan. Something would have to go wrong, I think, on the 52 for him not to be taking this race.
As Sheridan is maneuvering lap traffic, so is Chenoweth and Fitzpatrick. They do a great job maneuvering that lap traffic. As it's 41 to go. Fitzpatrick got a little closer to Chenoweth on corner exit, but Chenoweth on that straightaway able to gain some speed and pull away further from Fitzpatrick. We'll have to see exactly if Fitzpatrick can gain speed on that straightaway, because that's where Chenoweth is having his time and stuff separate a little bit further.
I think it's more on the drive off the corner, Kyle. Just the way that that vehicle is coming through the center, and it's drive off right there. You can see it. That's where he's gaining. It's not so much in the straightaway, because I don't see the gap changing there. I see it mostly on the drive off of the corner. But Fitzpatrick actually has pretty good drive off of 4, so he said 1 and 2 were his bread and butter. I wonder if they fixed it, and now it's 3 and 4. But now we've lost 1 and 2. So that's the problem here at Delaware, is finding that happy medium between both. Got a little loose there coming through turn 4. Gave up a little bit of ground there to Chenoweth.
37 laps to go here. It'll be 36 this time by the 52 of Jake Sheridan, still in the lead. Followed by the 89 of Sean Chenoweth, then the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. There is the gap that the leader Sheridan has over second place Chenoweth. Pretty sizable at that. Fitzpatrick losing a little bit of ground to Chenoweth now, as that gap is starting to widen just a little bit.
Yeah, that gap is increasing as well, lap after lap. Chenoweth's actually not running too bad of lap times. He's being pretty consistent at a 17.65. Last time by, Jake Sheridan ran a 17.797, and Chenoweth's in that 17.6, so he's making up about a 1/10 of a second lap by lap, which may play to his favor. I still think that 52 looks really strong, though.
Yeah, Jake Sheridan showing his muscle here, flexing his muscle here in the super late model division. Chenoweth has closed that gap just a little bit, it looks like, on Sheridan. So Chenoweth doing exactly what he needs to do, keeping himself close enough to potentially make a move in the later stages of this feature race.
Yeah, he is a 10 faster, which will make a difference come 10 laps down the line if they keep going green, but Jake Sheridan just put up his fastest time. The 9 of Watson headed to the pits. That's a tough break for the 9. Was running in 4th comfortably and has to head to the pits.
Sheridan here, the gap has distanced itself a little bit more. A little bit of lap traffic coming into turn 4 and out of 4. Down the front, Sheridan to the outside of that lap traffic, maneuvers through it as he comes out of 2 down the back stretch. Coming out of 4, it'll be 27 to go this time by.
I have a pretty good eye on the 9. It looks like Brandon is out of that car and the hood is off. So I think that the 9 is going to be retired for the rest of this race.
Tough break as he was having a great run in 4th. He was inside the top 5. Tough break for him.
Chenoweth just puts up his fastest time at a 17.498. So Chenoweth getting faster. Jake Sheridan's getting a little bit faster too. He's in the 17.6 17.5s, but so is like Chenoweth is putting up almost the same lap times or a little bit faster. I just don't think that he's going to cut down that gap before the end of the race. There's only 25 laps to go.
Yeah, they are a quarter left in this race as it started at 75 laps. The distance, it's 24 to go now as we see the gap between the leader, Jake Sheridan, and 89C of Sean Chenoweth in second place. 23 to go that time by the stripe. Jake Sheridan is just absolutely motoring through this race, and now he's just got to hit his marks and make sure he maintains his speed, and he could find himself taking home a checkered flag.
Chenoweth has definitely sizably left J.R. Fitzpatrick at this point. The J.R. Fitzpatrick just hanging out in third comfortably. But at the front of the field, look no further. Jake Sheridan chasing checkers at Delaware.
It's nothing new for Jake Sheridan, that's for sure. He chases checkered flags in whatever vehicle you put himself in. And he's looking very comfortable here in a super late model. 20 laps to go as he's down the back into turn 3. We'll have to come up to a little bit of lap traffic here as he's going to cross the stripe. 19 to go that time by. As he's going to come up to the 73 of Mike Miller, make the pass on the inside. Miller takes the high groove that time. Jake Sheridan down the back. Once again into turn 3. Out of 3 into 4. Get across the stripe. It's going to be 17 laps to go that time by. The gap is, I would say, at least 15 to 20 car lengths between Sheridan and Chenoweth at this particular point of the race. 16 to go this time by.
I would say you could probably say at least half a straightaway is what Jake has over top of Sean there on the backstretch. Yeah, I'm going to say it's about half a straightaway.
Pretty keen eye out of you, Kate. I would agree with you there. Jake Sheridan maneuvering some more lap traffic here on the half mile. It's 14 and a half laps to go now, as it'll be 14 to go this time by the stripe for Jake Sheridan, who has had an absolute rocket of a race so far in that 52 car.
Everybody on the track's pretty strung out. There's no real battles all the way around. So everybody's just kind of hanging out, going lap by lap. Sean Chenoweth's trying to catch Jake Sheridan. He just has such a sizable lead that it's so hard. Jake drives this track so well that it's pretty hard for people to touch him, especially when there's a touring series that comes in, and he runs here almost every Friday night in the late model. So when you get that many laps at a racetrack, well, you're going to be pretty good at it. So Jake definitely showing that here, but everybody's strung out around this racetrack. And the only time that there's passing happening, it seems, is when there's lap traffic.
That's right. And it does help, too, now that Delaware's made some adjustments to the track. They've made this track. Now there's that second groove. Jake Sheridan's made that second groove his absolute beast out there. He's owned it. He's taken it every chance he's gotten, and he's making it work for him.
Yeah, he definitely makes that work for him, especially on the restarts. He loves that outside groove in order to restart this race. Chris and I had a debate about it last week as to whether or not he was going to decide that late in the race to take the outside groove. And I mean, I said, why try and fix what's not broken? There's a yellow. Oh, car slid right up into our track opening where the teams come in.
Oh boy, some heavy front end damage to the 5. Brad Purcell, safety crew talking to him.
That had to be a hard hit.
Safety crew talked to him. He was coherent. He's moving.
He's moving around, the window net's down, which is the biggest thing.
Is key there.
I'm wondering if something broke in the front end. I'm really hoping the throttle wasn't stuck, because I feel like we'd be more crunched if the throttle was stuck, so I'm gonna say something broke in the front end.
We saw Doug Stewart bend a car here a couple years ago, the V8 stock there. We saw
But look out, Albert, over there at track entrance. You have a visitor, and it's not somebody signing in.
It's good to see Brad Purcell out of his car. Maybe a little shook it up after hitting the wall, but able to be under his own power. Kind of shrugs off a little bit, undoes his race suit, surveying the situation around his car. Hops up on the wall, takes a seat as the safety crew comes in and tries to get himself on the business end of the hook.
But yeah, I'm gonna say something had to have broken on the front end, because I feel like if that was a throttle stick, it would have been way worse. And I'm not sure, because there's a few marks on the wall up there. I'm wondering if he started to grab the wall and go in. I was watching the leaders, and we're at the side of the tower, so we got a little bit of a blind spot from where we can see. That's why we rely so heavily on our cameramen, because they help us so much.
They do a great job. Again, all the volunteers here putting together this broadcast, and our producers in the truck do a great job making sure week in and week out we are able to put on a good show for you guys. Well, we have some time. We'll go to break. More Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet after this.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Jack 1023, playing hits of the 80s, 90s, and more. So you can have the time of your life again. And again. For hits of the 80s, 90s, and more, listen to Jack 1023.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Taking a look here at the 5 car of Brad Purcell. Hit the wall out in turn 2, right where the entrance is. The teams come in, doing a lot of work here. Take a little look at it here, coming into the pits.
Oh, so it looks like the rear braking system starts to catch a little bit. I'm wondering if he locked up those brakes when he went into the corner, like trying not to hit the wall, because something broke in the front end possibly. But there's definitely a fire under the back of there. So I think they realize it, and safety crew was over there putting that out. So we're kind of at rest at this point. So
there he is. And now he's talking to the safety crew, just being like, can we get this back to my pit, my trailer? What's going on here? But obviously making sure that
we're not moving with a rolling fire. Is probably what they're letting them know. So got to get that under control before we'll keep rolling here. And
That's right. As we get ready, white flag was put out on the speedway. Re-rack, restack. Sheridan on the outside. Does anybody have anything for Jake Sheridan? Does Chenoweth maybe have a good restart here? 10 laps to go. What do you think, Kate?
It still looks like there's a little fire in there, but you can see they definitely took the extinguisher to it. Jake Sheridan with a wily start on the outside. Chenoweth hanging in tough on the inside, and it looks like everybody's going to fall in line. Single file as we keep rolling here. 84 of Fitzpatrick hanging in third. So Sheridan, Chenoweth, Fitzpatrick.
Jake Sheridan, great restart again on the outside. Very, very good on the outside line here at Delaware Speedway. 8 to go this time by. Cruising down the back.
So even with TJ Edwards taking 1 lap of practice, struggling in qualifying, he's sitting in 4th because he's outlived and outlasted the rest. A little bit of survivor.
There you go. As Jake Sheridan having a pretty sizable gap here between himself and Sean Chenoweth. 6 to go as they're down the back into turn 3. Out of 3 into 4, and out of 4 across the stripe. It's 5 laps left. Does Chenoweth have a move to make?
Well, Sheridan and Chenoweth are laying down their fastest laps. They did it the lap before, they did it again. They're in the 17.4, so they're running real fast now.
4 to go this time by. Jake Sheridan has everybody in his rear view mirror. He's hoping it stays that way. Sean Chenoweth trying to push as much as he can to maybe make this closer than it is at the finish. But it'll be 3 this time by. Sheridan still in the lead as he is looking for the checkered flags. Time by. Jake Sheridan still has a pretty sizable lead over Sean Chenoweth. Down the back, into 3, now into turn 4, out of 4, down the front. Half a mile to go, 74 is around. And will they keep this white? It looks like they will. The double checkers are in the hands. And it is Jake Sheridan taking home the feature race win here at Delaware Speedway in the super late model division.
Here, we'll take a look at that spin of the 74. Comes in, kind of locks her up a little bit, and the back end comes around.
As we come back, it's Jake Sheridan coming into victory lane. The top 3 will pull up. So it's Jake Sheridan, Sean Chenoweth, J.R. Fitzpatrick, your podium. Rounding out the top 5 is the 34 of T.J. Edwards, and in 5th, the 73 of Mike Miller. What a race from Jake Sheridan. Just absolutely nobody able to touch him this Friday here at Delaware Speedway.
Yeah, Jake Sheridan's always good at this track. He's been fast. He likes that outside. He got to start in the 2nd position, which is almost perfect for him because that's the line he chooses anyways on a restart. So perfect for Jake. Started the way he liked it, and he ran it all the way to the finish.
Jake getting his helmet and everything, all the other safety gear off as we await for him to come out of the vehicle.
A lot of speed, a lot of car to handle, so long run for 75 laps.
Very long run, but does exactly what he wanted to do, is get that car into victory lane, take home the checkered flags, getting his hat And a drink of water potentially. There he is out of the car. Gives a nice tap of the roof of the car. Hops off. And we'll send it down to Jordan.
Excellent run, led them all. Take me through your evening.
An Outlaw win? Are you kidding me? At Delaware? Lifelong goal of mine, man. This is one of the things I haven't raced here, so, oh man, it's awesome. But you know what else can you say? And that just speaks for how good of a race car we got here. And you know, our first time out, we kind of worked with some gremlins, and I was having some troubles. We were still having motor problems all night. Nothing to do by the engine, sort of stuff. Just the way we got some wiring problems going on our end. So we got some stuff to figure out there, and it was hard all night. That's why she kept kicking out on me. A couple restarts were tough, but man, thank everybody so much. This was the primary program for 2025, and it got pushed back for a while. And the fact that I had these sponsors, Raptor Filters, Reynolds Trucking, Collins Construction, Vibrant Farms, and as always, the amazing Pride Seeds for me. You know, the fact that they were okay with it and did both with me is the coolest thing I've ever had in my life, and it speaks volumes for those people. So to come out here and, you know, be able to kind of lead those laps and have those issues and, you know, talk about the company I'm with, you know, Jared Fitzpatrick, Sean Chenoweth, Brandon Watson. I think those, you know, everybody in the country is going to tell you those are the best short track drivers in the entire province. So that's to me, to know that I made it to the end with those guys, let alone a late race restart and get them with my stuff on my first race there is so cool. And I really can't thank these guys enough for a great piece.
Jared Fitzpatrick.
Jake Sheridan leads them all.
Well, we'll be right back with our closing remarks. After this, it's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
In the Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London.
Like just generally, galleries have had great relationships with their artists. They're the ones that kind of promote them. Sometimes one of the things I've really appreciated about you is you're also an encourager.
The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. An absolute fantastic night of racing here at the half mile. We're going to send it down to Jeremy to get his final thoughts of what this night brought to the fans, not only here, but also the ones that watched us on TV.
Thank you so much, Kyle and Kate. Yes, another week of fantastic racing here at the half mile. Give credit to Jake Sheridan. What a performance he had here tonight. He basically put the rest of the field in the GTS, the go-to sleep. He's able to get that done. Also, we got to see Lucas Chapman, 12 years old, be out on the track tonight in the Invitational of the mini stocks. And then obviously as well, we had the Outlaws out here with Sheridan getting the win. Another great night of racing here at the track. Looking forward to another great week next week with more on tonight's final thoughts. I'll send it back up to the fabulous Freelbirds for more.
Thanks, Jeremy. Kate, take us through your final thoughts of what happened here on a great Friday night of racing.
Great watching the mini stocks, Butler and Taylor swap back and forth using lap traffic as a pick. The super stocks were very entertaining tonight. Didn't know who was going to end up taking it until Trevor Culver worked his way back through the field. As soon as we saw him near the front, he was out. He was gone. And then Jake Sheridan. What can we say? It's Jake Sheridan. He's in a super late. So I can't wait to see what we can see next week. out of racing here at Delaware. Make sure that if you don't want to watch it on TV or have to worry about trying to find us on TV, make sure you get your tickets and you head out to Delaware Speedway.
Thank you for Jeremy down in the pits alongside my better half, Kate Friel, up here in the broadcast booth, and all of the staff that made this show great today at Delaware Speedway. I'm Kyle Friel. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week on Delaware Speedway Racing, brought to you by Cullen Chevrolet.
One of the best showings we've seen from Michael Grayson here, though. He will not, and Haroon can't believe it either. Trying to argue with the referee that it was 3.
Great showing from both of these men.
And Punjabi prodigy Vikram Prasher is the leader, but not above taking a few pointers from Haroon there, who's been watching the match closely from the outside.
Exactly.
Look out!
Got Grayson up, but looking for that Punjabi perfect plex, but Grayson rolling through, only getting 2. That was close.
As you can see, though, still locked in the position. No, spinning out. Prasher. Oh! Kick to Prasher. 1, 2. Oh, that was closer to 3 than Prasher would ever want.
Prasher having to give it all he's got just to kick out of that knee, that flying knee from Michael Grayson.
And what would this do for Michael Grayson as far as the title picture as well? Knocking off who you got to believe is, near the top of that with the Tyson Dukes Cup.
No, hold on a moment
now. Hang on a minute.
Haroon making his presence known, but that's enough for Prasher.
Oh, he's got him in position.
And got him down that Punjabi perfect plex.
That's 3.
Off the top rope, the middle rope. That's enough to put Michael Grayson away.
And that little distraction from Haroon. We saw it early in the match. We saw it late in the match.
That's all Vikram Prasher needed.
Just enough time to take Michael Grayson's focus away. He ate a couple of shots, did Haroon, but all in favor of Vikram Prasher, the Punjabi prodigy, once again with another victory. Back with the Tyson Dukes Cup in the center of the ring, showing it off once again.
This is exactly the outcome Vikram Prasher wanted.
Oh, surprise, surprise. He wants a microphone, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you hear that? This is what you call the sound of success.
Sounded like a lot of boos to me, but
success comes in many forms.
Everyone doesn't hate you. You are not living up to your full potential. And for the last year, the Punjabi prodigy Vikram Prasher has lived up to his full potential.
it's hard to argue that point.
I am beating fan favorite after fan favorite after fan favorite. I've been undefeated this year. I cleared up some 2-2, some 1-1 trilogies. I defeated Joey Brown. I defeated Ethan Dukes. but there's one man that I'm even with. One man that I wrestled twice in this ring and in this city of St. Thomas, Ontario. And we are coming back August 31st. So one guy on my mind, the Saturday Night Delight, Tyler Turbo, I am challenging you for our third match. Let's end this trilogy. Let's find out who is truly the best. The seasoned veteran who has taken over this country his whole career, or a prodigy who is destined to take over this sport all over the world. Tyler Turbo, the challenge is up to you, but just know this isn't the same Vikram pressure that you faced a year ago. No. This is the first ever Tyson Fuchs upholder. This is a Vikram pressure who is in the best damn shape of his career. And this is a Vikram pressure with a mindset that can't be beat by anyone. So let's do it. The Saturday Night Delight, the Punjabi prodigy, Vikram pressure versus Tyler Turbo. 3, right here in St. Thomas, Ontario on August 31st. The challenge has been made. Will it be answered? We'll see.
Well, strong words there from Vikram Prasher, calling out the Saturday Night Delight, Tyler Turba. Couple of great matches, as he mentioned, we have seen here in St. Thomas between those two.
That's true, and the fact that they are tied 1-1 does not sit well with the Punjabi prodigy, looking to clear the skeletons out of his closet and settle this once and for all. Will we see that third match? I can't wait personally.
You can tell Tyler Turba in the head of Vikram Prasher. Well, we'll see what happens with the future of that with Tyler Turba. Action continues here in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. Our ring announcer, Sean Bates, in the center of the ring. Mark LaBelle and Keith Hamilton here with you on commentary.
Great night of action here in the Elgin County Railway Museum.
Your next contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Championship with a 30-minute time limit.
And here we go with our main event. Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Championship is on the line. As we know, our champion has been dominant since winning the championship in our inaugural tournament. New challenger here, though.
Exactly, taking on all challengers from across Ontario.
Get the crowd fired up here. And St. Thomas is our challenger, Casey Spinelli.
Spinelli, known across the Ontario wrestling scene, looking to add a Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Championship to her resume.
And you never know when we see somebody who hasn't had too many matches in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling, you never know what to expect, and you got to believe Miley has done her research on Casey Spinelli, and I'm sure cross paths in their past as well.
No doubt about it. But when the title is on the line, it's a totally different ball game.
And here she comes, as we've seen her make her way to the ring so many times in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling, with that women's championship around her waist.
Our first and only Hammerlock Pure Wrestling women's champion, Miley.
Fired up as always.
So many defenses to her name. You have to wonder who can stop this unstoppable force, this ball of energy that is Miley.
Does not want to miss a high five on her way to the ring. A great champion, a great representative of Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. Looking to walk away with that championship once again. Never been without it.
That's true.
But all it takes is a 1, 2, 3, as we know, 3 seconds, and that could be gone.
Exactly. We talked about the homework that Miley might have done for her challenger. I imagine Casey Spinelli, same thing, knows what Miley is capable of, has seen the title defenses in the past, knows what she needs to do to maybe knock Miley off her pedestal and become the second ever Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Champion.
From Jersey City, New Jersey, Casey Spinelli. And in the corner to the right, she's the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Champion. From Exeter, Ontario, the Butler Blessing, Miley.
Now, you saw Casey Spinelli even getting caught up in Miley's entrance there, dancing along to the song.
An infectious energy is Miley, but when that bell rings, the energy changes quite quickly.
Absolutely. Look at clapping along, smiling. This may be a game plan as well for Spinelli, though. Act like you're friends. We're just out here for a friendly contest, and then strike when you're ready to win that women's championship.
Friendships do not last when championships are on the line. We've seen it time and time again in professional wrestling.
And here we go. The bell is rung. Both women trying to get the crowd ready to go here in St. Thomas for a women's championship match for the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Championship.
Two fan favorites start the dynamic of this match. We'll see how it plays out afterwards.
And look at this, even handshakes, arm raising.
Something's got to give eventually.
When does the friendly competition turn a little less friendly?
We won't say unfriendly, but definitely a little less friendly.
Test of strength here to start things off. Who has the advantage?
Seems quite evenly matched are both these women. Maybe a slight advantage going to Miley here in the opening strength test.
Bringing down Spinelli, but right back up. As you mentioned, showing a very evenly matched, folding Miley right down to the mat.
Normally not good when your head hits the mat in a test of strength, but Miley able to fight back up.
The strength to be able to come back from that position, too. Miley now breaking that and with the first offensive move of the matchup.
Miley taking a moment to gloat, whether it be out of excitement or mind games. Time will tell. Now going back to the test of strength are both these women. But Spinelli with a kick.
And now this time with the side headlock, gaining a little control out of that one.
Showing Miley that we are in it to win it, and it being the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Championship.
Miley rolls through back to her feet here and still smiles on both the faces of these competitors here. Seeing a little bit more focus, though, as that gold is on the line.
You see how serious these women are taking this matchup. Smiles turn into competitive, fierce faces.
Miley shouting at the crowd as she is in control of Casey Spinelli at the moment, coming to us from New Jersey. Well known across Ontario and, of course, other wrestling markets as well.
You know, Spinelli would love to bring that Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Championship onto her next adventure, her next tour.
Reversals back and forth, showing how evenly matched they are.
Exactly.
Throughout the beginning of this matchup.
Fantastic chain wrestling from both these women, just clawing back and forth to who can get that advantage early on in this match, and it looks like Spinelli might be the one to gain that upper hand.
And now holding on to that side headlock is Miley.
Miley
down on the mat now.
Miley going for a head scissors, but Spinelli able to block it.
Back up to their feet and thrown right into the corner. Big splash into the corner. Almost an ear slap there and a chop across the chest that'll take the air out of you real fast.
You can see the look on Miley's face, wondering what exactly just happened there.
The chop's such a dangerous move, not only taking the air out, but also the sting as well.
Exactly, like a lightning bolt going through your body.
Oh, huge back elbow. Taking Miley down in the center of the ring, going for a quick pin cover. Just a 1 count. Miley saying, you're not going to beat the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Champion just like that.
But it almost looked like instinct from Miley, just kicking out of pure instinct. And almost disbelief on her face at the same time.
Spinelli throwing almost like a spear there into the corner. Back against the turnbuckle and snap air back to the center. One count again.
Just one from Miley. Miley known to be able to just get a victory out of nowhere. Spinelli needs to be on high alert at all times, or because Miley will do exactly that. A head scissors.
Caught the head scissors on her way down to the mat. And that changes the momentum right there. Huge shoulder block.
Getting full momentum going off the ropes. Now Miley firing up.
Look out, and just dropping right back across the small of the back of Casey Spinelli while she was trying to get her back to her feet here. Rolled through, pinning combination 1. Just a 1 count going the other way now.
Miley tying up those arms, bringing those shoulders to the mat, looking to get a quick victory here. You can see the competitive edge. Yeah, you can see the competitive edge coming into play here. Less smiles at this point in the match.
They are fading throughout the match here for sure. Oh, look at Miley rolling through back once again. Another quick pin.
Now both women locking up here. Miley taking
double leg.
Spinelli down, rolling through.
2 count, back the other way. 1, 2, 1. 1. 1. 1 counts all around, and that's not 3.
Exactly. Fast counts from both women looking to get the upper hand. Neither could find it, so now we're back up to a vertical base for the moment. Miley knocking Spinelli down.
And another pin. You never know when you catch someone just the way you want. If it's enough for a 3 count, you might as well attempt it.
That's true. Shoulders just need to be down for 3 seconds. It can happen quicker than a hiccup. Before you realize what's going on, you could be losing this match.
Spinelli had Miley up there for a moment, but slips out and ducking of the clothesline. Both women maybe going for the same thing there.
Very innovative offense there by Miley, dropping down, taking that knee with her.
Almost a mirror of each other at times here. Both going for that forearm across the jaw, and each one catching a little bit.
It is a very evenly matched championship bout we have here.
Got that uppercut, sent Miley right back to the corner, the handspring. She's got Miley now. A bit of a side headlock here. Maybe going for a bulldog, but Miley slipping out. Back elbow rolls Spinelli over.
This match is going to come down to one woman getting the quick upper hand.
Remember, the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Championship on the line. Miley, the champion, has defended and defended and defended. First defense attempt here now against Casey Spinelli, who is looking to walk away with that championship.
Exactly. No champion reigns forever, and Spinelli wants to be the one to end Miley's championship reign with that low cross body in the corner. She might be able to do it.
Just laying all of her weight right across Miley there into that bottom turnbuckle. Spun around now.
Got Miley up.
Look out! Right on the face.
Exactly.
Spins her over. 1, 2. 1 second away from a new champion.
That gory bomb almost taking Miley out there. Great offense by Casey Spinelli.
Oh, look out.
Miley using her knees there to just daze Spinelli. Now Miley looking to get back in this.
Right across the ring, looking to what she got planned here, laying Spinelli across that second rope and the knees to the ribs.
Miley again using those knees to their full effectiveness. Just knocking the wind right out of Spinelli. Goes for the cover, but only 2.
Dragging her away from the ropes, but Spinelli able to get out of that one and live on in this matchup.
Exactly. Both of these women pushing each other to their limit. Now Spinelli with the roll up again. Holding on.
Through. Yeah, the arms are still locked though.
Got Miley up and brings her down. My goodness.
Like a Samoa drop there.
Spinelli just in full control and currently in disbelief, but having Miley up and down this way and that way, just looking to just get that upper hand in any way she can.
Locked into a full Nelson for a moment. As Miley gets out of that ducks and
cuts Spinelli in half.
Almost grabbed onto her on the way through and half spear threw her down to the mat. Not enough though.
That was 2.99 though.
Look out!
Smile spiral out of nowhere almost.
We've seen that finish many competitors. That's how she has defended her championship in the past, but rolling through one count only.
Miley
Casey
again.
Spinelli, very impressive here in her first challenge. Look out, almost caught for the smile spiral.
Miley gets it.
1, 2, 3.
Out of nowhere, once again, the smile spiral able to lock in another retention of the Hammerbach Pure Wrestling Women's Championship.
She went for it. Spinelli was able to get out of it for just a moment, but right back to it went Miley, and good night. Spinelli, I was just mentioning too, very impressive in her first challenge for the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Championship. You could see that one hit her hard, not only physically, but almost mad at herself that she was look out!
Now just wait a minute. Bitter Bia Moss coming in, assaulting Miley out of nowhere. After a hard-fought championship defense, this is just totally unnecessary.
Bitter is right. We've seen these two women match up in the past. Too many smiles for Bitter Bia Moss. She's got something to say. The challenge thrown down from Bitter Bia Moss.
Women's champion for well over a year now. And I'm going to give it every single person that deserves the chance out of this title a fair match. But I'm getting a little sick of your attitude and your cheating, walking around here like you're the women's champion, making up your own rules. What are you wearing?
Miley not one to back down from a challenge.
I'll see you after intermission, because I'm not fighting right now. You're getting a fair chance, Rita. Casey's already cut your workout for you. But I didn't become champ because I'm lousy. I became champ because I can kick ass.
Look out! Our Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Champion never backing down from a challenge. Looks like Bia Moss is next up.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
As I looked upon the battlefield in front of me, a German star shell lit up the desolate landscape. I watched as a bullet smashed through the bridge of my nose and left me to the mercy of the darkness. I worried I would be dependent on others for the rest of my life. But Sir Arthur Pearson and the staff of St. Dunstan's had other plans. With their help, I knew I could be self-reliant, and I wanted to bring this idea home to Canada. I wanted Canadians to know that we could hold jobs, that we could contribute, that regardless of sight, all would read, that we, the blind, would shape our own lives, our own destiny.
Blinded by a sniper's bullet in 1915, Edwin A. Baker went on to co-found the Canadian National Institute for the Blind, shaping a path forward for the blind across Canada for generations to come.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
I don't care what the law is. I will never be a slave. That word, I hate it. It rests on my tongue like rot.
Peter, how does it feel to get paid for your work?
There are rumors freedom's coming for us all.
Freedom, you know that's all I want.
Chloe, careful. Real men would rather sell you across the river to America than let you go free.
Then I'll run.
I've run before. Maybe this time for good.
No! Just get her into the boat. No!
Chloe? Chloe, no!
Word of Chloe Cooley's resistance led to Canada's first legislation limiting slavery. After 200 years, slavery was abolished in Canada in 1834.
For 25 years, you've been helping to make our roads safer by doing the right thing. You've been the designated driver, you've stayed over, called home, you've called a cab or a friend, and planned ahead. Let's keep doing the right thing. Support sober driving by getting yourself and your friends home safely.
Do the right thing.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
So it's the 63rd annual Independence Celebration for Jamaica. It's going to be right here, February, August 8th at 6 to 8 p.m. at the Wolf Performance Hall, right where I'm standing, right? It's more than a celebration. It's a tribute to Jamaica's strength, pride, and resilience. Independence for us means the power to shape our own destiny. It's a recognition of our vibrant culture. So it's gonna be free, it's a family event, it's a joyful gathering of music, culture, and community. Come on down, you're gonna get free entertainment, cultural performance and just indulge in some succulent food, right? Inspired guest speaker and a warm, infectious energy that only us Jamaican people can bring.
Whether you're born on the island or you have Jamaican roots or you just love the rhythm and the culture of Jamaica, we're here to celebrate and enjoy the flavor, the culture of Jamaica.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we're ready for an exciting new season, Season 5. And to start off Season 5, I connected with my good friend Jason. He's got some friends. They like to barbecue. You may have heard of them, the Barbecue Pit Boys. Let's head over to Jason's and see what these guys are up to. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. Jason. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you as well.
Hey, thanks for the invitation. I appreciate it. I see lots of smoke, lots of barbecues, lots of things going on. What's going on, man?
Oh, you know, the Barbecue Pit Boys are in town. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're famous.
Who hasn't? Yeah, I hear they like to barbecue.
They do. Yeah, we got a lot going on. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
So this is great, right here in our backyards, London, Ontario. What's the connection?
A couple of years ago, I reached out to the Barbecue Pit Boys about manufacturing products for them. So all the seasonings and stuff like that, we actually manufacture them right in St. Thomas, Ontario.
Awesome. So you got to know them. You like food. You like to barbecue.
Yep.
They said, let's get together, bring a few friends by, and cook up some great food.
Exactly.
Awesome. Let's go say hi.
Sure.
Perfect, man. Hey, man. Blaze, nice to meet you, buddy. Good to see you. Hansy.
Yeah.
Great name. What's the story behind the name, Hansy?
Well,
I mean, you haven't been Hansy with me yet, so I'm okay with that.
He's old hands. I handle everything.
Ah, okay.
No, basically, my last name is Hand. So as a kid growing up,
Hansy.
It was Hansy, yeah.
All right, that works for me. It works for me. So this is great. You guys are right here in London, Ontario. We've all heard of the Barbecue Pit Boys. This is great. I appreciate you taking the time and let us know.
This is what we do. This is like waking up in the morning and going to work.
Well, listen, I see barbecues and smoke and food everywhere. We must have a great menu planned for today. What's on the menu?
Well, we've got a pork shoulder on the Traeger. The Masterbuilt has pork belly bites. And then I'll be doing a beer can ribs. They're St. Louis cut, ripped in half, and with a double stuffed baked potato. And then we're gonna put lots of cheese. Now hang on.
Why not?
And we're gonna do a blueberry maple whiskey sauce to drizzle.
Yeah, let me write this down.
Yeah. And if I go open a restaurant one day, it's gonna be $50 a plate. I just say you have to.
And I can say I had it first here.
And we're doing armadillo eggs right now. They're rolling on the queue. There's many more things coming.
We got chicken?
We got chicken, a jalapeno marinated chicken.
I love to hear jalapenos. That's a food group in my world. So.
We call them jalapenos here.
Yeah.
Because we pronounce everything.
I just call them good.
Don't waste letters or vowels. No, why? Hey, why jump over it? Right?
Exactly. Yeah, I'd like to say I'm going to jump in and help, but I get paid to watch and eat. So
you can. We can get your hands dirty.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
So, Hansy, tell me about these ribs. When you were describing it in the menu, it sounded awesome. I'm just going to let you run with it from here.
Okay, so we have St. Louis whole ribs, so we had to rip them in half. Now, you can buy them or get your butcher to cut them in half, but we used our own meat saw here. We trimmed them up nicely. Now, we're going to take our knife. Like, you can take the membrane off if you want.
This is a discussion we have frequently.
Honestly, it's, you eat straight through it to me.
Simple, right?
So, what we're going to do is score it.
So I noticed the weapon of choice here, Hansy, custom made. How do we get one of these?
You're going to go to barbecuepitboys.com and you can order our seasonings, the knives.
And I can get
any shirt.
Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff on here?
Absolutely. You can put anything you want, literally anything.
All right, awesome.
Then we're going to put a little mustard on there. This is a binder. Now, some people don't use mustard, and I don't care because these are my ribs.
That's right. And should make
and I'll decide. And we'll do this side. Always keep one clean hand and one dirty hand. No pun intended.
You are a professional with the hands.
Yes, I'm pretty handsy. So now we're using our Kansas City rub, which is one of my favorites. They're all good, but for this application, we're going to put on the KC rub.
So what's some of the flavors we're going to taste in the Kansas City rub?
If we look at the label, brown sugar, paprika, black pepper, salt, Mexican chili, garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper.
So we got some brown sugar and we got a little bit of heat. We got a little bit of sweet and a little bit of heat going on.
Everything's going on there.
Yeah.
And we'll flip it over, do the other side, because you always season both sides of your meat. So the next step is take
An empty can of beer?
No, a full beer and then an empty one. Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to take this. We're going to do a wrap.
We've all seen the beer can chickens, but it's the first time I see the beer can ribs.
Beer can ribs. Now, if you go to barbecuepitboys.com on YouTube, I have a video posted there on how to make this. Now, I would use a tall boy, but we don't need to. We're good.
We can make it work.
Oh, yeah.
And then what barbecue are we going to put these on?
There's a Weber kettle to the right of me here. I've already have a couple going as we speak. Because we're live TV here,
Exactly.
and we
gotta
gotta
make it work.
You gotta do it ahead of time. Right?
All right, low and slow. What temperature?
I'm running 300.
All right.
You can go low and slow, but these are very resilient. These St. Louis cut ribs are very resilient.
Okay.
We're gonna make a blueberry whiskey maple sauce.
Of course we are.
Yes. So we're gonna use a little Sweet Martha, and our choice of barbecue sauce here. What do we want? You guys can choose. This is the whole thing. What do you want? Jalapeno? You want?
No. Smoked whiskey.
All right, well,
smoky
smoked
whiskey.
whiskey.
Yeah.
So if you want, pass those berries over. We're gonna dump them all in this cast iron pan.
That's a lot of blueberries.
Yeah, it'll cook down, right? And we're gonna take our Sweet Martha and give it a good dosing.
Good dose of that. All right.
Now we'll put a little sauce in here.
Oh, the whole bottle. All right.
Oh,
Love it.
yeah.
Go to town. Go big or go home. Liking the looks of this.
And then, of course, maple syrup, you know. Viva la Canada, right? You know?
Lots of local right around here. So this is looking very Canadian at this point.
Very well. It's not done yet, but so. This will open up. Okay, take a shot.
All
That's
right.
what we do here.
Pour it in
We're
here?
at the
No
pit.
shot glasses?
No, put it in. It's gonna cook down. Don't worry about it. All the germs are burned off. Cheers.
Cheers. Beautiful.
And we're gonna put it on the grill and cook her down. And when she's done, she's done. So don't ask if when's dinner's ready.
It's ready when it's ready. This is awesome. Well, let's throw this stuff on the grill and we'll see what's cooking next.
Excellent.
Perfect.
All right.
Thanks, man.
All right.
300 degrees.
So we have a few going right now as we speak.
Through the magic of TV, this happens very quickly.
Yep. So this has been going for 2 hours now.
How long do you figure we're looking at here? It's 2 hours already. Another hour.
I'm
Another
waiting
2 hours.
for the pull on the bone to get a little lower.
Okay.
So we know when it's ready.
Great. Blueberries going on here as well?
We're going to put that somewhere. There's many places. We have that grill over there. There's tons of places. But right now, just set it and forget
it. All right.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Join the high-energy bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
How about the drama of Stanley Cup final hockey? Big game players coming up with big game plays, and these two are writing their own stories this time around. These Florida Panthers, this is like old school hockey.
Sam Reinhart, the night of his life. The reign's going to continue. The Florida Panthers back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
What an experience it is to share with your teammates. This is the most exciting time for all.
Christian, yes. Saw you kicking over there with a pile of jalapenos.
You know it.
Jalapenos are a big part of my world. And
Yeah.
You're here with Barbecue Pit Boys. What's the story? What's your connection?
Every time Jason and I get together, and
I don't know if you feel intimidated at all, but there's a couple of security guys.
Yeah, I mean, they've taught me a lot. I mean, all their videos and that, it's great. So I trust those guys. So
I noticed he's too clean shaven.
So
We're gonna fix that. Get on the other side.
There you go.
We'll fix them up there.
There we go.
Are they
There we go.
good?
There you go.
There you go.
There.
Not sure if my wife will like it, but yeah. So every time Jason has something on the grill, he calls me up. We normally get together.
I see hot jelly, I see jalapeno peppers, I see sausage, bacon. What could go wrong?
Hey, you know. So what we're gonna make is some armadillo eggs.
Okay.
So basically what I'm gonna do is just grab a jalapeno, take the head off.
That's a significantly smaller than hands.
It's not about the size of the knife, all right? It's about the motion of the knife.
It's the motion.
Yeah.
I just want to say there's a little difference here.
Yeah. Well, we got to get in tight little areas.
Good
here.
answer.
So
Good
there
answer.
we go.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is just take out the stem and the seeds first.
Okay.
Try to get all the stems and all the seeds, because that's, with jalapenos, that is the spice. The spice is the seeds and the stems. For most people that don't like heat, what I recommend is if you cut all these.
Sorry, we interrupt. We're going to put this on now.
All right, awesome.
Let's get blueberry sauce.
Let's get it cooking, man.
Hey, come on, man.
Sorry. No, we're at the pit. All right, we got a rake master here, Blaze Pittman, and we're going to put on our berries and put it right in the middle there. Perfect. Lower that down. Once it starts bubbling, we're going to lift her up, and you can adjust. It's pretty slick.
We got it hollowed out. So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna throw just a handful of just I just get Tex-Mex cheese.
Okay.
So at room temperature, some Philadelphia cream cheese.
Okay.
A couple scoops. Mix it together.
All right.
What some people like to also do is put the Sweet Martha in there, because that will give you got your heat, but this will add a little bit of sweetness. What I recommend is taking little bits at a time and trying to get that down there first. And then you start packing it, because you want this thing fully full. That's why I recommend getting larger jalapenos. Yep. We got our stuffed jalapeno. Now what I get is I just get mild Italian sausage. What you're gonna do is pack this on top of your jalapeno pepper. So just so you can't see it anymore at all.
So you want to cover the whole thing?
Cover the whole thing, you can't even see the pepper at all. Now what I do is go back to Sweet Martha. She's always been good to me. Now it's the fun part, bacon. Everyone loves bacon. What I do is I cut the bacon strip in half, throw it over the tops. For sure. Well, the reason why is just because it is an open end on there. Yeah. So I want it to, when bacon heats, it tightens and keeps everything in.
All right, so that's
what you want.
That's gonna help pull it together.
And now you wrap the side, just trying to cover up. This will normally take about 2 to 3 pieces of bacon. I've never heard anyone complain about too much bacon, so, and you got that. And it's a nice little
armadillo egg.
Armadillo egg.
Taking it up a notch.
We're gonna smoke these at 250 for 2 hours.
Okay.
This is gonna go until we get an internal temperature of 165.
Okay.
All right, then once that's there, we're gonna put, this is just red pepper jelly I just grabbed.
Okay.
Red pepper jelly, mix it all up, smoke it for a couple minutes in there, so it's nice and liquefies. But then we're gonna baste it.
All right, so instead of barbecue, this is your barbecue.
That's what I like, because I like the
yeah.
more heat, and I like it kind of candied. I like a nice candied finish.
Nice.
So,
I've not seen anybody do that. I'm anxious to see how
so
that
what
comes
you
off
got
the
is
grill.
you got your heat in there, then you got the sweet on the outside.
Yeah.
So
awesome. All right, let me have. I'll give you a hand. We'll get the rest of these ready to go. We'll throw them on the grill.
Okay, great.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Let's put on the grill.
So we switched from a pile of meat to a pile of vegetables. I see potatoes. I see onions.
With the ribs we're doing, right? The beer can ribs. Right. We're gonna take. They've been tied up with the string, right? So they're gonna sit there, and we're gonna double stuff a baked potato half inside. You imagine that void where the can is now we got to fill that. You can't have a void. Let's just start by cutting some potatoes up. I'm just gonna do a little prep work here, right? And we're just gonna get a spoon. And remember, it doesn't have to be too fancy. If you break the skin, it's going inside the ribs, right? You always want to do a whole potato to a half. When you have anything left over, you oil it, salt it. Now you got like a little snack, right? Pitmaster snack.
There you go. All right, we got some green onions here.
Okay, so, here's a quick tip. Go to the grocery store this time of the year, July. Just plant it in the ground. Put it in the water and plant it in the ground. I've got onions this tall out of my garden.
Not just a grill guy. You got some knife skills going on, right?
Oh yeah, you got to know something, right? So that's good. We'll grab the bowl there.
All right.
We'll put the scallions, the green onion, whatever you want to call it. So now I was rooting around the cupboard in the house here, and that's what it is. When you barbecue, whatever you got in the cupboard, don't. You can have a recipe, but you got to go with it. You got to fly with it. So we got this Muskoka garlic sauce, because who doesn't like garlic, right? Honestly, like now this butter is cold, which is okay. We're gonna dice it up, and we're gonna add some extra old cheddar. So we're making love the food. You're loving the food. All right, let's put some cheddar in here.
This is what I love about barbecue, guys. You're right. Some other chefs like to be, they stick to the recipe, stick to the ingredients. Barbecue guys, they're just throwing stuff together and making it taste good.
Fat is flavor, right? All right, let's mix this up. Yeah, throw the KC in. You just keep shaking. I'll mix it. That's it.
You never have too much flavor either.
Nope. A little
I think
more.
we need about 1 or 2 more tablespoons.
Perfect. That's it. All right, we got it.
Maybe that much more.
So now if I can get you to find the cream of the crop, yeah, and we're gonna do it by hand. Just grab it, and we're just gonna make a nice little, like a cone, like an ice cream cone, right?
Potato
They can
cone.
lay on
Love
it.
it.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is it, and when I take the ribs off, we're gonna put these in the middle, and we're gonna put some cheese on it.
We're not gonna waste all these.
No, but you don't want to waste all your video time. And I gotta wash my hands. All right, thank you. Angie's Pit, Barbecue Pit Boys. We'll be back in a minute.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febri. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Smudging is a very important part in our life as we're all learning to walk the good way. When we smudge, we use the sacred medicine, the white sage, the sweetgrass, the tobacco, and the cedar. It cleanses negative energy and replaces it by a positive energy. When I smudge, I cleanse my end and my eagle feather and start cleansing my breath to have better words. I will smudge my eyes so I could see the better things offered to me. I will smudge my ears to hear the good thing that people have to say. I will smudge my hair to have good thinking from my head. I will bring the smudge to my feet so I could walk in respect with our Mother, the Earth. Smudging is the way we give our prayers to connect our spirit to the Creator. We express gratitude for the gift of life, the learning, and growth.
Okay, so now we're gonna take the ribs off here, and you're gonna put them in the middle. Put it down. Perfect fit.
Okay, all
Look at
right,
that.
all right.
Okay, now we're gonna put them back on the grill. We're gonna put a little sauce in there.
We got our blueberry
We're
sauce
gonna get
cooking
Mr.
away.
Blaze Pittman to help out with this. Perfect. Oh, that's good.
Oh, look at
That's
that.
good. Yeah, don't be shy. Now we got the blueberries on. Now we're gonna add cheese. It doesn't stop.
And
You gotta
there's no
keep
end in
going,
sight.
right?
There's no end in
So
sight.
we're gonna add some old cheddar. The more the better, because why would you put less? You're gonna wanna do this every weekend. So they take a long time. It's painful, but it's all about low, slow, and love, right? And at the end of the day, we're gonna show you what we have here.
That looks incredible.
The bones are falling off.
So this is a meal in itself right here. This is
totally a meal. We're having fun.
So these are our ribs. We seasoned them. We wrapped them around the beer can. We tied them in. Did the double stuffed baked potato. We just left it on the grill for weeks, days, months.
It's been going all day, right?
It's been going all day.
Ready?
All right, look at that. Look at that. This is our blueberry sauce you can see in there, our double baked potato, the ribs.
You can see the beautiful smoke ring on that, right? You could dip your potato in with the rib. I want you to try that.
Try the potatoes first.
Yeah, potato. Oh, wow.
The sweetness from the blueberries. Grab yourself a hunk of rib. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Pulls right off. Cheers,
Cheers.
man. Do we dip into blueberries? Is that what we do?
Sure. You can do that, yeah.
That is over the top. Wow. That's amazing. The blueberries is what makes it. Dig in, dig in, dig
What do
in.
you want? Oh, wow.
That blueberry sauce,
wow.
something, eh?
Who wants a rib? Come in.
You could bottle that blueberry stuff, man. That's incredible, eh? That's amazing. This is great.
Yeah. Set you up.
Angie, thanks for making that blueberry sauce, man. That was awesome. This was well worth the wait, buddy. Well worth the wait. Look at the
Before,
smile on
they
this
look
guy
nice.
here. Look at the blueberry smile on this guy right here, eh? Greg, we haven't had you step up to the altar of meat yet.
Not yet.
Well, welcome here.
Not
What's
yet.
your background? What's your connection with the Barbecue Pit Boys?
I live across the street from Jason, who you met earlier.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I get to eat well. It shows right here. Shows right there.
Oh, you've got a little ways to go.
Yeah.
So, pork belly.
Pork belly.
Okay, now, did you know how to do pork belly before you moved in next to these characters?
No, it's all from them.
It's all from them?
All from
All
them.
right, well, let's show your expertise. What do you got going on here?
Okay, so we got pork belly, which is basically bacon in long strips, about 1 inch thick. And we're gonna cut it into 1 inch cubes. We're just gonna chop them up.
So you're using Hansie's knife. Are you gonna have one that says Greg on it soon?
I do. We've been cooking so much today for you, Jeff, that it's just dirty.
They work better if you have your name on there.
Yeah. Next step, we got our 1 inch cubes. We're just gonna spray a little mustard on it, mix it all up.
And again, this is binding it. This is just bringing it. So you're gonna use the pork privilege?
Yeah, we're gonna use the pork privilege. Has a little kick to it, so you won't even taste the mustard after it's cooked. And drizzle it on.
My job here is as sous chef to add the all
Be
the happy.
generous. Don't
There
be
we go.
shy.
All right, how's that?
Okay, we'll mix it up.
I'm totally going to judge you on this. It's one of my favorite things, pork belly. We've done it a few times on the show. There's a few people who have done it awesome, so I'm totally going to judge you.
That's great.
So now we're going to throw this on the smoker. What temperature we're going to do it?
Yep, we're gonna do it about 230.
How long?
For 2 to 3 hours.
Oh, okay. So
depending how good you actually cut your 1 inch by 1 inch.
yeah, so we're going to let it really get happy.
Yeah.
All right, let's toss it on the grill.
So here it is. That's about 2 hours in cooking that we just threw on our rack. So it's just getting nice and crisp. You can see the juice just kind of squeeze out from the fat. And it's just starting to soften up.
So the trick here is we want it to be juicy, but we want that crackling skin on top.
Yeah, you
right?
want it to be kind of hard on the outside, but when you squeeze it, it's nice and soft.
Good. All right. Well, let's get this laid on the grill. Let's get it cooking. We got some hungry people getting together here.
Perfect.
So we threw those on for a couple hours. What's
Yep.
the next step?
Okay, now we're gonna take them off and we're gonna mix them in.
All right.
So as you can see, they're nice and crispy on the outside, but still soft to touch.
Right out of the gate, these look amazing.
About 2.5 hours at 230, 240.
It's all about the rendering.
Yes, the rendering of the fat is very important.
So what are we going to do next?
Okay, so now we're just gonna throw it all in. And then we're gonna take some brown sugar, just sprinkle it on top. Obviously, the more generous you are, the better it's gonna taste, more candy taste.
Sugar, sweeten it up a little bit.
You're gonna take your favorite beer, just enough, just to put a little water on the bottom.
All right.
And then we're gonna drizzle some honey. It's also gonna make it taste
okay.
like candy.
Oh, look at that.
You can
Look
be
at that.
generous.
Look at that.
And then we're gonna take our original barbecue sauce. And again, be generous. It's not gonna hurt it.
There's no too much.
Never, never. And then we're just gonna mix it up.
So this is going to candy, caramelize. We're going to get that sweetness.
Yeah, and it's gonna tenderize
We
the
got a
meat.
little bit of the heat coming out of the barbecue sauce.
And it's just gonna make that meat basically fall off the bone with no bone.
Right, there you go. Meat candy is what we're after.
Meat
here.
candy, there you go.
Candy, all right.
And then we're gonna wrap this.
All right.
And then we're gonna put it back on for another hour and a half to 2
That
hours.
long?
Yep.
A couple more hours. Wow.
Let it soak in.
All right. Okay, let's
Okay.
throw it on the grill.
We're gonna just dump, this is a super easy recipe. We're just gonna dump this chicken into a bag with some pickled jalapenos. That's all there is to it. We're gonna put it in the refrigerator overnight. So
overnight?
Overnight. Well, the thing is, you might think these are hot, but they're not. These things are only as hot as they'll get. So putting them overnight or whatever is not going to make them any hotter than they actually are. Just dump about half those in there, and
all right,
and with the chicken,
load it up with some chicken,
and maybe a couple more into here, and that is it. Well, here's some we prepared earlier.
All right,
and these have been in the refrigerator overnight. You can see they've done their thing. And we'll just dump them into here. We're going to pad them dry before they go on the grill. So we'll take them out of here, get that moisture off them.
Just stop you for a minute. You need a little be hydrated here, ready?
we don't need anybody. We don't need anybody dehydrated.
All right, you got it.
All right, got to keep it going.
So just pad them dry. You don't want to have them.
Little
You
fuel.
don't want any
Fuel for the
liquid
machine.
in there on the grill.
So we're going to dry these off. and we're going to put them right on the grill.
Yep.
All right, awesome. All right, boys. So this is your custom-made grill. We're gonna give it a workout today.
Nice.
This is our jalapeno marinated chicken. Let's throw these on there and
Just
see what we
dump
got.
them on, Hansy. All on. All in.
Really?
Yeah, all in.
All right, here
Dump
we
them
go.
up. You ready? That's it,
There
man.
you
Just
go.
spread them
All right.
out.
You can smell the jalapenos coming up
Immediately.
Immediately. All right, we got lots of heat. We're going to get these things charring up and cooking through. We got some armadillo eggs just about ready to come off. Christian, we're ready to go on those?
Almost ready.
All right, I hope we got some hungry people over here. Hungry! All right. Let's cook up some food and get it served over here to this crowd.
Sports is life. It's clear cut. Everything's out in the open. There's nowhere to hide. I had to prove myself more than anyone else.
You must be so proud of your son. He's gonna go pro. The sky's the limit.
There's always a winner and a loser.
You cannot reach the sky in broken cleats.
Of course, I always want to be the winner. And I did reach the sky.
Norman Kwam, the first Chinese-Canadian professional football player, still holds records to this day. He retired from the sport in 1960 and later became Lieutenant Governor of Alberta.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888 Taxi Guy or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
All right, guys, we got some hungry folks forming over here. We've been cooking all day. There's been smoke, there's been fire, there's been some great looking food coming off. We got some of these amazing chicken with some hot sauce, pork belly. I'm gonna judge it totally on that. And our armadillo eggs. Christian, these look amazing. Jason, is there a tradition we have to follow?
Yeah, so we have a tradition in this house. Before you can eat any food, you gotta take a shot.
All right.
Julie, yeah.
All right, cheers.
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 So
let's dig in and give this a try. All right, come on, dig in, boys. Join me. Let's give this a try.
This one? This is Big Greg's pork belly bites.
Oh man, that is awesome.
Oh yeah.
That is cooked to perfection. That is cooked to perfection.
I get the thumbs up.
We got a new winner on the pork belly. Armadillo eggs, Christian. One of the crispy ends here with a little bit of jalapeno.
Oh yeah.
Those are amazing.
Wow. This is just a blur. This is just a blur of bacon and happiness. We're gonna dig into the chicken next, but I feel like we got to get some people served up here because people are gonna get real here soon. So let's grab a platter and head over there. Who's gonna help me serve up? All right, guys, everybody hungry? Yeah. We got some good. This is just the first course. So, all right, come on in here. We got some of Blaze's chicken. Before anybody eats, I guess there's a tradition we need to follow here.
Get a shot!
Everybody at the shot? All right. Woo! Armadillo eggs for the group. Let's go. Come on. This is for the win right here.
Christian! Christian!
Well, what an amazing time cooking up some great food on some great grills with some great guys. We had so much fun, we didn't give Jason a chance to show us what he can do. So join us for episode 2 where Jason and I get in front of the grill.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 Taxi Guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
We have a dangerous threat.
He has sharp teeth. He has claws.
He escaped.
He's not from our world, but he's making himself right at home.
Look, I got a dog.
You sure that's a dog?
Yeah.
Rough.
Agent Cobra Bubbles, we have a blue dog to catch.
Lilo and Stitch, rated PG.
You're watching Rogers TV. This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Keeping London Healthy. I'm Dr. Mario Elia. My first guest today will be myself. So we're back to the old format of the show for this episode, where we're going to be talking about a topic that I actually know a fair bit about. So I thought I would